We are live at CollectCo. At least I think we are. I'm looking at it upside down, but I see a green box. I think we're live at CollectCo. I know we're at CollectCo, and I believe we're live at CollectCo. So when you're on and watching, I think David Graves has already commented, but he may be on old feed because we hadn't went live yet. There's Mike Massey. I think that's a live new comment. So there we go. Happy Saturday night. Just a few minutes late. You can blame me on that. Lost track after the Vols game. I was going to leave a lot sooner. And these 3:30, I don't like these 3:30 kicks. I like it, especially if I'm not there, because it just kind of messes everything up, especially when we lose. Let's go ahead and get this shared in the group. We have MoFi stuff. I've got 45s behind the counter, some that I've marked. Paul's got us a couple crates here. We'll probably end up at in the back at some point going through some buy it now best offer stuff. And let's go ahead and get this shared in the groups. Whole lot of records. Let's go over here to this and get this link copied. Click on this. And I guess I didn't share that. Oh yeah, I shared it as CollectCo in the group. That's what I did. I shared it as CollectCo. Let's see. Live now. All right, now let me go share it over here on this other. I don't have any of my caffeine tonight. I didn't eat. I drank all my packets last night. So I'm relying just on steady water. Maybe just the natural minerals of water will give me some energy tonight. Live now. Okay. Let's go to chat. And I think, oh, I got to share it over on Instagram. Let me do that right quick. Copy. Instagram story. Story. And click on that. Perfect. Link. Boom. Live now. And chat. Restart chat. Okay, I think one of the first things I'm going to do is walk. Actually, let me go through this crate of new vinyl back here. I may have to swap around a few crates right quick. This is new stuff. I'll go ahead and go through it too. Let me go ahead and go through this crate. I'll go through this crate as well. This is relatively new stuff for this week. But you may have been thinking about something and want to go ahead and pick it up since it's the last sale of the week. It's Saturday night, so pretty much one of the final calls to get in your purchases for this week. It's tonight, Saturday night. This is when our invoice and cycle ends. We're going to try to do a coin and knife live stream tomorrow. We always do that kind of like a last call. Well, but we are pretty much decided we're going to do that tomorrow. So we should have a live stream tomorrow as well for coins and knives. As soon as I get my camera set up here. Let me turn this up. There we go. I like that. Looks how that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and start going through this crate. This is some new stuff. But yeah, what I was saying is last sale of the week to kind of get some of your purchases in for the invoice and cycle. This is it. This is where the week ends, and then we do coins and knives tomorrow, but that's all billed separately. Totally kind of different system for us. And invoices will start going out Monday. So the good thing is you have the rest of tonight to buy new stuff, order or add to your order for combined shipping until we're all done. So first, let's go ahead and start going through some vinyl. I think a lot of this is some new arrivals from this week, including Linkin Park, Meteora. Linkin Park is $31.99. That's new and sealed. And the other Linkin Park album we got in this week was Hybrid Theory. That's their two big studio albums. We have both of those in stock. as single LP gatefolds. That's Meteora and Hybrid Theory. We had a new release from Music on Vinyl called The Hidden Treasures of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, 1969 to 1973, $59.99 on crystal clear and blue marbled vinyl, $59.99 for Taj Mahal. The Cure, Disintegration. The Cure, Disintegration, that is a single LP gatefold, $44.99 for The Cure, Disintegration. That's $44.99. And Stevie Ray Vaughan's Greatest Hits Live. Greatest Hits Live, that is technically listed as an unofficial. It is on colored vinyl, $38.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan's Greatest Hits Live, $38.99. Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP, the Marshall Mathers 2 LP, that is $46.99. Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP. Rush, this is a live 1980 Missouri radio broadcast on blue vinyl. Rush, Spirit of the Airwaves, $39.99 for Rush. And All the Good Sum 41, 14 solid gold hits, $33.99 for Sum 41. Still got the King Diamonds in stock. King Diamond Abigail, Cobalt Blue Vinyl, $33.99 for King Diamond Abigail. And also, Yes, The Ladder, and that's a Music on Vinyl pressing from Yes, The Ladder, Music on Vinyl 2 LP, $39.99. Iron Maiden, Made in England 88, $59.99 for Iron Maiden. And also Slayer, Repentless. That is new and sealed Slayer, transparent red with solid orange and black splatter vinyl, $31.99 for Slayer. We sold one of those last night. I think that's the last one we have left. We still have the 50th anniversary celebration of Billy Joel's Piano Man, 2 LP, 50 years of Billy Joel Piano Man, $31.99. That's a new remaster. Still got 2 of those. And the Deftones, that's a 20th anniversary. Ruby red colored vinyl, the Deftones is $31.99. Just recapping some new vinyl that came in from this week, and actually some from last week too. Charles Wesley Godwin, Family Ties, that's on indie exclusive clear vinyl. Charles Wesley Godwin, we still got 2 of those, $34.99. America self-titled first album, that's on gold vinyl. That's called America by America. It's on gold vinyl, A Horse with No Name, $39.99. And Rob Zombie, the Venomous Rat Regeneration Vendor, new and sealed, also a gatefold cover, $33.99. Still got one of these. It was pretty much a special order, and this is Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park, $129.99. Ultra Disc one-step pressing from MoFi, Greetings from Asbury Park, Bruce Springsteen, $129.99. We have Ozzy and Motorhead, Hellraiser, $16.99 for Ozzy and Motorhead Hellraiser, $16.99. Still got 2 of those left. Powerman 5000, Mega Kung Fu Radio, vinyl debut for that, $38.99, first time on vinyl. And the Scream soundtrack, The Killer, new soundtrack. Limited edition mirror board jacket, $34.99 for Scream. Also Albert King, I'll Play the Blues for You. Albert King is $33.99. Jack Russell's Great White, Once Bitten, acoustic bites on limited edition pink vinyl, that's $28.99. Bob Riger wants the Deftones. That is sold to Bob Riger. Did you get the new Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark? I didn't. I don't even think I saw where they had a new album coming out. To my knowledge, I never did see that for this week's new releases. Jason Aldean, Highway Desperado. Jason Aldean is $31.99. 2 of those still available. And Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf, 2 LP, $48.99. Always very popular. Queens of the Stone Age. Twisted Sister, Under the Blade, 40th Anniversary Deluxe Edition, $74.99. And REM Up, $46.99. REM Up, 25th Anniversary Edition, 2 LP, that's $46.99. Typo Negative is $38.99. Dead Again, 2 LP, Ghostly Green Vinyl. And Christmas with Buck Owens and his Buckaroos, all analog holiday cheer. Buck Owens is $33.99. So that was pretty much half of new stuff from this week, and some stuff from last week that was still left, and a little bit from that this week as well there in that crate. I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing some of our first auctions. I've got a stack of autographs. I've got a crate full of auctions, and especially for MoFi records, I'm going to go ahead and put up one of our first MoFis of the night, which is Men at Work. And yes, if you were looking for a lot of the sealed new MoFi stuff, I have it. And this is the first one we're going to do tonight. Men at Work, Business as Usual, new sealed from MoFi, numbered 330, numbered 330, low number, 2016 sealed, low number. That's going to be a $75 start for Men at Work, Business as Usual, sealed MoFi press. And Chad, did you notice the photo is mirror? Is that on screen? Is that what's going on with that jacket? The photo is mirrored. Limited edition mirror board jacket. Am I missing something on this one? I guess maybe I am. Is the knife supposed to be a mirror? You can kind of see yourself in it. You can already see yourself in it. Most of these, that's shrink wrap, they're already a mirror. The shrink wrap acts like a mirror. So, do you have Wish by the Cure? I do not have that to my knowledge. I don't know if that one's in print, John. A couple of those Cure albums are actually pretty tough to come by. So, we've got, Paul's got his 2 crates of new stuff marked here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. And then we're probably going to continue with auctions up here. Then definitely hit the back tonight. We didn't get to the back last night. We had plenty of stuff up here. We ended up showing. We never did make it to the back to do buy it now best offer, but we will probably start trying to get back there tonight so we can go through some discount buy it now best offer, the way we usually like to close out Saturdays. But first, I have the Donnas, American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine. The Donnas is $38.99. That is new and sealed, fire orange with black swirl. That's colored vinyl from the Donnas, $38.99. Let's see what we have in the new vintage arrivals. First is Jean-Luc Ponty, Civilized Evil. That is $14.99. Doesn't look like this is check condition stuff. At least right off the bat it isn't. Jean-Luc Ponty is $14.99. Civilized Evil. John Renborn, The Lady and the Unicorn. John Renborn is $14.99. That is in shrink wrap. John Renborn, The Lady and the Unicorn. Also, Bob James and David Sanborn, Double Vision. $14.99 for Bob James and David Sanborn, Double Vision. Jeff Brindley says he'll take the Donnas. Do you have Maiden Live After Death? I do. They are right here, actually. Nope, that is Killers. That's Peace of Mind. I think it's in the Iron Maiden bin. They're $46.99, I'm pretty sure. $46.99. But yes, Richard, I do have it. The Beatles box sets are in, yes. Also, Steve Botsford on JLP. JLP was Jean-Luc Ponty. That's sold to Steve Botsford. So we have the first auction of that, which is a sealed minute work MoFi pressing. Looking for a $75 start. That's going once and going twice to get a bid in. Fathers and Sons, $24.99. Muddy Waters, Otis Span, what did we figure that one was? Michael Bloomfield, Paul Butterfield. I got people making me second guess myself on some of these names now. Fathers and Sons, $24.99. But that is still available. I just showed it. 2 LPs, $24.99. Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band. This was asked about last night. Someone said, Chad, do you have any Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band? I do right now, which is $27.99. This is on cream colored vinyl. Disc 2 is chipped but still playable. Most manly drop needle. So $27.99. Kenny Wayne Shepherd is $27.99. And I think what he was saying is there is a small microscopic chip right there on the end. Just FYI. Right there. So it's like within the first dead groove. It's a small chip right there. That's what he's talking about. So you got to just be careful when you're dropping the needle. $27.99 on Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band. That is on colored vinyl. Blind Faith is a half-speed master. This is actually sealed. Half-speed master, new and sealed, $34.99. $34.99, Blind Faith. Also, Depeche Mode, Speak and Spell. Depeche Mode is sealed, $34.99. That's also a remaster, Depeche Mode, $34.99. So Blind Faith, Depeche Mode, and Al Di Meola, Elegant Gypsy. Al Di Meola is $14.99 for Al Di Meola. And National Lampoon's White Album. National Lampoon White Album, $19.99. Scott Smith on BF, which is Blind Faith. That's a sealed half-speed master. We've got 3 of those in stock, sealed half-speed master. That's sold to Scott Smith. I'm going to go ahead and make minute work a buy it now if anybody's interested in that. Sealed MoFi, our first MoFi title of the night. That's a $75 buy it now. $75 buy it now on that. Rhythm Core, this is Common Ground. Rhythm Core is $12.99. And No Place But Texas, Will Barnes. That is sealed, $14.99. So there's our first MoFi. I've got new Japanese stuff behind the counter as well. I'm going to go ahead and put up an Ozzy, though, the one I used for a thumbnail. This is Ozzy Osbourne, Speak of the Madman, Glasgow Apollo, December 19th, 1982. This is a live unofficial from Ozzy, live from the Apollo in Glasgow, Scotland, December 19th, 1982. It's an unofficial pressing on orange vinyl, and this is a $45 start. Ozzy, Speak of the Madman, live concert from Glasgow, 1982, $45 start. The Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band. The Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band is called Trouble Is 25, $27.99. Trouble Is 25. It is $27.99. It has one small chip in the vinyl right here. One chip right here in the vinyl. You just got to be careful when you drop the needle. But if you get it right there, about that second dead groove, it will play near mint minus. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, $27.99. Don Alker's at $45 on Ozzy. We have Paul McCartney, Egypt Station. This is sealed, a deluxe version, and this is $54.99. Paul McCartney, Egypt Station. Don't see that one as often. One of his later albums that I think is still in print. I just haven't had it in a long time. Alan Johnson said he will take the Kenny Wayne Shepherd. That's sold to Alan Johnson. And Gong, and this is Shamal Gong, $34.99. Promo label of insert. Paul has a note on the back. Great band. Ozzy's at $45. That's going twice, going three times. Going twice, going three times. Let me go over here and grab our bin of Japanese stuff for tonight, if I can find it. Should be right here. There's the good part of it. Also, Pamela wanted us to confirm that she was on the Beatles box set pre-order, and I am 99% sure that you were. So, yes, I'm very, very close to positive I can say that you were. And by the way, Tanner, those are still behind the counter over here. We'll make a list for those after tonight's sale. Okay, let's go ahead and let me pull out one of our next Japanese auctions. Wow, I've got some great stuff over here. And we got Mo5 stuff to go through, and I've got a few autographs. So, let me see what we have in here. Kind of taking a look myself first. Very cool. This is a neat one. I've had it before. Okay, so Ozzy 45, Alan Johnson got that. Jeff Williams is at 55 on Ozzy. And we have Dawes, Nothing Is Wrong. Dawes is a 2011 pressing, 45 RPM, $39.99 for Dawes, Nothing Is Wrong. And Epitaph, Outside the Law, Epitaph, $24.99. Epitaph, Outside the Law. That's actually a gatefold, $24.99. $24.99. Who's on the Ozzy record? The Ozzy record, let's see if we got a lineup here. Band members, Ozzy, vocals, Brad Gillis, guitar, Pete Way, bass, Tommy Aldridge, drums, and Don Airy on keyboards. And that is Ozzy, Speak of the Madman, Glasgow Apollo, December 19th, 1982. That's at $55 with Jeff Williams. Don Alker, you're out, going once, going twice. Steve Miller Band. Steve Miller Band, Japanese pressing. Steve Miller Band live. Very cool, very nice. This is a $35 start. It's a Japanese pressing, near mint minus. Steve Miller Band live, $35 start. It has a Japanese insert with it, 2-page flip. Very nice cover with Obi, $35 start. Steve Miller Band live. Ozzy's at 60, 60, 65. I figure that would have a lot of interest. Right now it's at 65. Steve Miller Band's a $35 start. This is sealed. This is the Jorma. Now, I definitely need help with his name. From Jefferson Airplane. Well, I've been calling him Jorma K. This is a 1987 reissue. It's probably on colored vinyl from 1987. That's pretty cool. $29.99. Wow. Sealed from 1987 on colored vinyl. $29.99. Jorma. Let's may call him that. No previous record. Assassins or The Assassins. That is sealed. The Assassins is a blues group. This is from Dale's Pittsburgh collection. Sealed $29.99. Andy Lewis wants the Dawes record from earlier. That's sold to Andy Lewis, the Dawes record. Also, we have Billy Joe and Nora Foreverly. Billy Joe Armstrong and Nora Jones. That is sealed $34.99. Ozzy's at 67, 70, and now 75. Steve writes out. Looking for a $35 start for Steve Miller Band. Craig just posted the track listing. Lots of great hits on there. It's a Japanese pressing with Obi. Looking for a $35 start. Dan Hartman, Instant Replay. This is a 1978 white label promo. $14.99. White label promo for Dan Hartman. Instant Replay. Also, Thelma and Jerry. Thelma and Jerry is sealed, unopened. It does have a clip corner, but that is sealed for $16.99. Thelma and Jerry. And Grace and Beauty, Classic American Ragtime. Classic American Ragtime, $14.99. Grace and Beauty. Very clean looking record for sure. $14.99. So, Scott, you may be the high bidder on Ozzy, or you are the high bidder, and you may be the last bidder. I have not seen, but maybe one other person not say out. Scott Smith has this live vintage, or I shouldn't say vintage, it's a newer unofficial, but it's a vintage concert from December 1982. It's Ozzy, it's on orange vinyl. Ozzy, Speak of the Madman, Glasgow, Scotland, December 19th, 1982. The high bid, $75, that's a final call, and I'm also about to end Steve Miller Band for a $35 buy it now, unless somebody bids. Michelle Miller wants the Billy Joe. That is sold to Michelle Miller. And Snooks Eaglin, Baby, You Can Get Your Gun. Snooks Eaglin. That is a 1987 U.S. press in $16.99. Vinnie Vincent plays on Instant Replay. Is that something I still had in here? Instant Replay? Was that a record I had in here? Or is that something we've already sold? Instant Replay. The Dan Hartman album. $14.99. $14.99. Dawes, another Dawes record. This is sealed, $34.99. That's called North Hills. Dawes, North Hills, sealed for $34.99. Dawes, that's still available. And Mike Bloomfield, I'm Cutting Out. Sometimes I say it's still available and I'm showing it for the first time. Mike Bloomfield, $24.99. I'm Cutting Out. And that is a 2001 Sundays pressing, Mike Bloomfield. Pig Iron, that is $16.99 for Pig Iron. That is on the Columbia 2i label, very clean looking copy. And we have Jim Pepper, Coming and Going. That is $19.99. We have a note on the back. Great lineup of jazz musicians. $19.99. Jim Pepper, Coming and Going. And Connor Oberst, that's a tough word to say. And the Mystic Valley Band, One of My Kind. That is sealed from 2012. It has the DVD and the CD with it. $59.99. $59.99. All right, they're still bidding on Ozzy. I'm going to make Steve Miller Band a buy it now if anybody wants that for $35. So we still got the Men at Work Mo-Fi for a $75 buy it now. We have the Steve Miller Band for a $35 buy it now. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of our next Mo-Fi copies. We got Ozzy up. What better way than to go ahead and put up some Twisted Sister? This is Twisted Sister Stay Hungry. This is a 2020 Mo-Fi pressing. It is sealed. It is a $65 buy it now. Or excuse me, a $65 start. I was reading Joe Maynard's comment, but actually Mark Querim was first on Steve Miller. This is an auction. Starting bid is $65. It's sealed. Sealed Mo-Fi pressing of Twisted Sister Stay Hungry. Numbered 1,490. That is a $65 buy it now. So Ozzy's now at $110 with Scott Smith. Steve Miller Band is sold to Mark Querim for $35. Joe Maynard, you were a close second. The Men at Work is their classic album, Business as Usual. It's a sealed, very low number Mo-Fi copy, number 330. It's a $75 buy it now. That was our first auction of the night. It was a no bid. Ozzy's at $115. Ozzy's at $120. Jeff Williams is officially out. And the last record I showed was Connor Oberst. Thank you. Oberst. Thank you, Craig. Paul Brothers wants BF. BF was for, I guarantee that's something in here that I am overlooking. And Richard Yeager wants the Assassins. Paul, let me know what BF was. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Or maybe that was for a Blind Faith. I still got 2 sealed copies of the Blind Faith Half-Speed Master. Ed's at $65 on Twisted Sister. Mr. Dynamo, Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks, $39.99. That's a 1960 stereo pressing. Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks on the Roulette label, 1960. That was for Blind Faith. So Paul Brothers wants the Blind Faith. That's a half-speed master. I had 3 of those all sealed for just $34.99. That's now one left in there. So Ozzy's a final call. This is live Ozzy, Speak of the Madman, Glasgow Apollo, December 19th, 1982. Orange vinyl unofficial. The high bid is with Scott Smith for $120. We have Stay Hungry, sealed Mo-Fi pressing. It's now up for bid, $65 and now $70. Amazing Kathy Dalton. This is sealed, $29.99. The backing band on this album was Little Feat. So Little Feat was her backing band on this album. Amazing, Kathy Dalton. That is sealed, $29.99. Also, Frank Davenport and the Tongue and Groove Band. That is $9.99. That is Frank Davenport and the Tongue and Groove Band. It's a 4-track EP, $9.99. Also, Blind John Davis, Stomping on a Saturday Night. That is $19.99. Blind John Davis, Stomping on a Saturday Night, and that's on the famous Alligator label. All right, let's go ahead and sell Ozzy. Scott Smith gets that for $120. Ed Adamowicz, let me know if you want back in on Twisted Sister. Chris Frazier has that for $70. Let's go ahead and put up one of our first autographs of the night. This one is JSA authenticated. We have the Mr. and legendary Tom Jones. It's called Memories Don't Leave Like People Do, and it is autographed by Tom Jones. We have had this JSA authenticated. It's, I think Paul has put the certifications down. He photographed these for me today for the hot pictures. And yes, there's the JSA certification. So Tom Jones, Memories Don't Leave like people do. The most important thing, though, is it's signed right there on his arm, Tom Jones. That is a $55 start. Autographed Tom Jones LP. The JSA certification sticker is there. There's the matching card, and that's a $55 start, Tom Jones. That is now up for bid. Very cool, Tom Jones autograph. That's now up for bid, Tom Jones, JSA authenticated. Okay. We have an out on Twisted Sister. So Twisted Sister Stay Hungry is a final call for $70. Sealed Mofa and the Epitaph album, I'm pretty sure it was $24.99. Epitaph is $24.99. Last couple records in here. We have another Dawes album, Stories Don't End. Dawes is $26.99. That's a 2 LP, $26.99. And Snooks Eaglin, Out of Nowhere. Snooks Eaglin, that's a 1989 U.S. pressing, $16.99 for Snooks Eaglin. Dinosaurs, $24.99. I believe it's self-titled. Dinosaurs, yep, self-titled on Relix Records, $24.99. George Buchanan wants Dawes Stories. That's this one here, Stories Don't End. That's sold to George Buchanan. I'll put that next to Ozzy since Ozzy was an auction. And James McMurdy, Live in Europe. That is sealed, $34.99. James McMurdy, Live in Europe, sealed, $34.99. Okay, so first we've got, let's go ahead and sell Twisted Sister. This is sold to Chris Frazier for $70. Final call on the Tom Jones autograph. Final call for the Tom Jones autograph. That is a $55 start, JSA authenticated. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of our next Japanese. So we opened up, last night pretty much after the sale, we opened up one of the other shipments of Japanese vinyl. So far we've sold one out of there, the Steve Miller Band. Haven't had a copy of this in a while. It's Steve Perry from Journey, his solo album known as Street Talk. And this is a $35 start. Steve Perry Street Talk, very clean Japanese copy. $35 start for Steve Perry Street Talk. There is the LP. It also comes with a CBS solicitation form, also another insert. There's the actual Japanese insert. Check this out. It includes a Steve Perry sticker sheet, all untouched. Very, very cool. Steve Perry sticker sheet. So that comes with the original sticker sheet, untouched. They're all there. Extremely nice near mint cover with Obi. Steve Perry is a $35 start. $35 start on that. It's the Al Stewart autograph, JS authenticated. This one I'm doing tonight is not. No. I think we have another one, but no. I know this one tonight isn't. Let me double check on that. No, the one I have tonight isn't. No, it's not JSA authenticated. I guarantee it to be real, though. He got to meet Al Stewart. I think when I talked to him on the phone, he told me that story. Okay, Paul got to meet Dale 3 or 4 times. I still haven't ever got to meet him in person, but I've talked to him on the phone twice. And I definitely asked him about a lot of these people he met. Let me go ahead and sell Tom Jones for $55. If anybody wants it, it's a buy it now. Autographed Tom Jones LP, very cool. And it's already, we've done the hard part for you, JSA authenticated. And I just want, I'm going to slide this back in here. This is a buy it now for $55, if I can get it back into the sleeve. Tom Jones, autographed LP. Some of these I started photographing and getting more ready to list. And this is Tom Jones. Memories Don't Leave Like People Do. That's a $55 buy now if anybody wants that. Steve Perry's at 35, 35, 40, 45, and now 50. Several bids on that. Let me go ahead and grab another MoFi title out of here. Japanese and MoFi. This is an audiophile collector's dream tonight. Japanese pressings and MoFi. Let's do T-Rex, Electric Warrior. This is a 2LP MoFi pressing, 45 RPM, T-Rex Electric Warrior, $65 start. Has the hit song Bang a Gong, Get It On. This is T-Rex Electric Warrior, 2LP sealed MoFi pressing, number 2356, $65 start. That's now up for bid. I'm just going to read what's left in this first crate. If anybody's interested, let me know. And if anybody's interested, I can give you a price, but then I'm going to go straight into some more stuff, another crate for tonight. So first, we have John Renborn, Baum James and David Sanborn, Fathers and Sons, last copy of the sealed Blind Faith. That's a half-speed master. Also Depeche Mode, Speak and Spell, Al Di Meola, Elegant Gypsy, National Lampoon White Album, Rhythm Corps, Common Ground, No Place But Texas, Will Barnes, Paul McCartney, Egypt Station, Gong. This is called Shamal, $34.99 for Gong. Epitaph, Outside the Law. Also, Joma K. That is sealed from 1987 on colored vinyl, $27.99. Thelma and Jerry, Grace and Beauty, Snooks Eaglin, and Dan Hartman, Instant Replay. Depeche Mode is sealed. Depeche Mode is sealed. It's a remaster, $34.99. Update on our auctions right quick. George Buchanan is the high bidder on Steve Perry at $55. That's going twice, going 3 times. That's Steve Perry Street Talk with, if you missed it, it's got all the inserts with it, and it's got this very cool sticker sheet with it as well. So that's complete from Japan. No bid yet on T-Rex. We're looking for a $65 start. That's going twice, going 3 times on that. George Buchanan also asked the condition on Depeche Mode. George, if you don't want this, then I will sell it to Joe Maynard because Joe Maynard says he wants it. Jetstream, the Blind Faith is also $34.99. This is Blind Faith, also $34.99. Yorma, thank you, Craig. Now, how about the last name? You want to give me some phonics on his last name? And I'll try to probably forget that as fast as possible. Next is Rich said he had the bid in first at 55 on Steve Perry. I didn't scroll up past George. You did. Rich Shockley is the high bidder. George Buchanan, you're out actually. So Steve Perry is actually at 55 with Rich Shockley. George Buchanan, you're out. There's the only Dawes album that's left, and that one's called North Hills. That's sealed for $34.99. Also Mike Bloomfield, Pig Iron, Jim Pepper, Connor Oberst, Ronnie Hawkins, Amazing Kathy Dalton, Frank Davenport, Blind John Davis, Snooks Eaglin, Dinosaurs, and James McMurdy live in Europe. So George is back in on the Steve Perry 58. So Rich Shockley, you are now out. He's the high bidder. He's the high bidder now. All right, I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second. I'm back. Had to drink some water. Jorma Kaukonen. I usually just call him the Jefferson Airplane guy. Jorma Kaukonen. Boy, that's going to be tough. Kaukonen. Jorma Kaukonen. Let's see what we have in here very quickly. I'm going to go grab the 45s that I have for tonight, start showing some of those. I have Savatage, Hall of the Mountain King, $54.99, 1987 gatefold on gold vinyl. Savatage, Hall of the Mountain King, $54.99 on gold vinyl. I still got a copy, unbelievably, of Kiss Unplugged. Kiss Unplugged is $44.99. Savatage, Kiss Unplugged. Also Savatage Gutter Ballet. That's $34.99 for Savatage Gutter Ballet. Silverchair Frog Stomp. That's a Music on Vinyl pressing, 2LP from Music on Vinyl. Silverchair Frog Stomp, $49.99. Accept Death Row. Accepts a 2LP, new and sealed for $39.99. And Peter Green Colors. Peter Green Colors, $38.99. George Buchanan is going to take a Kiss Unplugged. George Buchanan's out on Steve Perry. I'm going to go ahead and make T-Rex a buy it now if anybody wants that for $65. T-Rex is a buy it now. MoFi pressing of Electric Warrior. That's a buy it now for $65 if anybody wants it. Final call on Steve Perry. Since we have an out, Rich Shockley has the high bid on that. Give me 1 second, I'll confirm that. But let me go ahead and grab one of our next auctions. I would have definitely kept this if I didn't have one already. It's very cool. It's the Godfather Part 2 soundtrack. Japanese pressing. The Godfather Part 2 soundtrack. We were listening to some of the Godfather Part 1 soundtrack last night, right, Tanner? This is Godfather Part 2. $35 start. This is a Japanese pressing. It is near mint minus and pristine. Very cool here if you're a fan of the film. It's got a Japanese insert with some of the shots, some of the still images from the film. There's Pacino, De Niro. They're all in here. Very cool gatefold also with pictures from the film. How epic. Look at that. $35 start. Godfather Part 2 soundtrack. Very, very cool. Hyman Roth. There is a Japanese pressing of The Godfather Part 2. Very cool. For a black cover, the movie poster on this is very tough because most of them are folded, like most original movie posters, and it's just like an all black and white poster. So I've always wanted a rolled original. They're very hard to find. They come up for sale once in a while. Some of them sell for $500, $800. They're very tough to find rolled. Kind of like the soundtracks, they're always got ring wear. This is a nice Japanese pressing, $35 start. JK wants the Accept album, Death Row. I'm about to sell Steve Perry for $60 to Mark Querum. Actually, you know what? Mark is the new bidder, so he tied Rich Shockley. So let me correct that again. We got some bids slipping in on the Steve Perry. Steve Perry Street Talk, Japanese pressing, complete with inserts, obi, and the stickering sheet. Rich Shockley was still first again at $60. So Mark Querum, you're out. George Buchanan is officially out. So Mark Querum, let me know if you are completely out. Kiss Unplugged, Jeff, that may have been the last copy we had. Yep, I believe that was the last copy we had, actually. So it's the 2014 remaster. There may be one more around here somewhere, but it's the 2014 remaster. Back to the bin. This is the Steven Wilson remix of Aqualung. This is like the definite version, $28.99. The Peter Green is called Colors. It's music on vinyl, limited and numbered to 750 on yellow vinyl. Peter Green Colors is $38.99. Mark Querum's backing on Steve Perry at $61. Alice Cooper Killer, new and sealed. This has been quite popular because the originals are always beat up. If you ever noticed, if we ever have a nice copy of Killer, we always auction it because that's like a low population record. They're always destroyed for some reason. This is a new and sealed Friday music pressing, $46.99. George Buchanan is going to get a Jethro Tull, the Steven Wilson remix. Like I said, that's like the definite version of that. Love and Rockets, this is Beggars Arrive. Love and Rockets is $31.99. The band's breakthrough self-titled fourth album contains the massive hit So Alive. That originally came out in 1989. That's Love and Rockets. Also, Hard Rock Heretics, very popular compilation we have featuring Winger, Dio, Faster Pussycat, Bullet Boys, David Lee Roth, Twisted Sister, Metal Church, Doc, and Skid Row and Lynch Mob. It's on red and black marbled vinyl, $31.99. The very best of Electric Light Orchestra, $36.99. The very best of ELO, $36.99. Rich Shockley, you are outbid on Steve Perry. Let me know if you want back in. He says he's out. So Mark Querum, you're the high bidder at $61. Final call on Steve Perry. The very best of ELO. Amazing stuff here. A very, very great track listing. That's the best of ELO. Fantastic music. $36.99. Arrested Development, 3 years, 5 months, and 2 days in the life of. Arrested Development is $39.99. That's a new sealed music on vinyl pressing. It has their hit song Tennessee on it. And the very popular and classic Van Morrison Moondance, $33.99. Gatefold, sealed, Van Morrison Moondance, $33.99. Mark Querum wants an ELO. That's sold to Mark Querum. Also, we have Jeff Brindley on the Heretics, which is the Hard Rock Heretics compilation. Darcy wants a Van Morrison. I have one left of those. That's a gatefold single LP, and I believe that is analog. That's sold to Darcy. Let's go ahead and sell Steve Perry for $61 to Mark Querom. And let's go ahead and make the Godfather Part 2 soundtrack just a $35 buy it now. The Godfather Part 2 soundtrack. Great music, of course. Great score music. $35 buy it now on The Godfather. And we have two different Metal Church albums. We have Metal Church Self-Titled, and we have Metal Church Blessing in Disguise. Those are both $39.99. $39.99. We have three people on The Godfather for a buy it now. JK was first. JK gets it for $35. Shane Devers was second. George Buchanan was third. Let's grab a new, let's see. We did a Japanese and a Japanese. Let's do a MoFi and an autograph. Let's do a MoFi and an autograph. So one of the first things we have here is, this should be interesting. Yeah, I was about to say, I think this is long out of print. Hadn't seen this available in a long time, and it's one of these audiophile records that get talked about a lot. First, let's do the MoFi record first. Peter, let me know which metal church you want, Blessings in Disguise or Self-Titled, or you can have both. Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus, a 2010 MoFi pressing, sealed and numbered. This is unopened, $135 start. Waiting for Columbus, very great sounding record. Very desirable MoFi record. $135 start for Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus. Now, I thought this was really cool. This is signed by Natalie Merchant. It's not authenticated. First thing you need to know, it took me a while to really figure it out. This is one of her older signatures. And I finally found a comparable to it that was certified. And we didn't have this one authenticated, but this is signed by Natalie Merchant from 10,000 Maniacs. On top of that, it's a really cool bootleg. We had a 10,000 Maniacs the other night. A lot of people were interested in it. This is the 10,000 Maniacs, or just 10,000 Maniacs. Human Conflict number 5, which is it's a live unofficial, and this is a $35 start. Recorded April 1982, and it's signed by Natalie Merchant. Very, very cool. 10,000 Maniacs, Human Conflict number 5. It's a live unofficial from 1982. $35 start. $35 start, and it's autographed. Natalie Merchant. That's 10,000 Maniacs. That's now up for bid. We have not shown the Al Stewart autograph. No, we haven't. Peter wants Metal Church. Peter, let me know which Metal Church you wanted. I've got you for Metal. Let me know if you want Self-Titled or Blessing in Disguise. And Renee, if you want to bid on Little Feat, please put LF 135 so I know you're actually bidding. There's another Kiss Unplugged. Where's Jeff Brindley at? Jeff, here's another one. I knew we had at least one more around here. That's the 2014 remaster, $44.99. $44.99. That is a 2014 remaster, Kiss Unplugged, $44.99. All right, so Metal Church Self-Titled is $39.99 unless Peter gets it. Peter Espinoza, he's going to let us know. 10,000 Maniacs, 35 now 40. We have Renee is at 135 on Little Feat, and Jeff Brindley wants Kiss. There's Kiss. We have Motorhead 1916, $34.99. Motorhead 1916. This is new and sealed, $34.99. $34.99. And Salt in Peppa, Very Necessary. This is $39.99 for Salt in Peppa's multi-platinum classic on 2LP. That is $39.99. 10,000 Maniacs is at $35.40, $45 now $50. Final Call on Little Feat, that's at $135, and the price on Arrested Development was $39.99. Andrew Gold's Halloween House, a little too late for it, but you can always have it for next year, or you can listen to it anytime you want to. That's $33.99. Dawkins' newest album, Heaven Comes Down. Dawkins is $39.99. That's on purple vinyl. Dawkins, Heaven Comes Down, $39.99. Paul Brothers wants Salt in Pepper. That's so do Paul Brothers. The newest Duran Duran album, Dance Macabre. Duran Duran. That's on colored vinyl, 2LP. Exclusive Smog colored vinyl. Duran Duran is $44.99. Ryan Bannon wants the new Dawkins album. That's so to Ryan Bannon. Ed Adamowicz is the new high bidder on Little Feat at $140. And the 10,000 Maniacs is at $50 of George Buchanan. Mr. Paul Brothers, you're out. That's the new Duran Duran album. Let's sell one of those to George Buchanan. And we have Halloween, Pink Bubbles Go Ape. Halloween is $33.99, limited edition 30th anniversary splatter vinyl. Also, Starcatcher by Greta Van Fleet. That's their newest album. That's on clear vinyl. $34.99 on Greta Van Fleet. Oingo Boingo. This one's called Boingo. That's a limited edition colored vinyl, red and silver. Red and silver, $28.99. Jeff Brindley is also going to get one of those new Duran Durans. Dance Macabre. That was our last copy. Renee is back in on the sealed MoFi copy of Waiting for Columbus. That's at 145 of Renee. Paul Brothers is back in on 10,000 Maniacs. This is a vintage bootleg from 1982, recorded live February 1982, and it's autographed by Natalie Merchant. That is at $53 with Paul Brothers. We have REM, Automatic for the People. That is a indie exclusive on yellow vinyl, an anniversary edition, $36.99 for REM. And the White Stripes Greatest Hits, $36.99, 2 LP. Last track is Seven Nation Army. White Stripes Greatest Hits, $36.99 for the White Stripes. All right, so we have 10,000 Maniacs. John Young is in now at $65. So it was between Paul and George. George was out. John Young is in at $65. So that's now up for bid. And we also have a Little Feat Waiting for Columbus, a 2010 sealed MoFi copy. And that is at, let's see here. Where are we on this one? Renee has it for $145. Ed Adamwich, let me know if you want back in. Peter wants Metal Church Blessing in Disguise. Peter, I thought I lost you there for a second. You get Blessing in Disguise. Wow, that was a great crate of new vinyl. I hadn't been through those in a while. And there's another crate of very good stuff right here behind it. We'll go through that after we go through another bin. But first, we got the last copy of ELO being sold to James Ludwig. That's being sold to James Ludwig. The 10,000 Maniacs, the unofficial is from 1982. I'm pretty sure that's about when this was made too. It's definitely a vintage record. Gatefold, signed by Natalie Merchant. And I found it took me a while because her signature doesn't quite look like this anymore. And I found an old press photo that was JSA slabbed that was signed like this. And we didn't get this one authenticated because it was in a bin with some other stuff. And actually, Dale had a note on it. He's like, he had a note left on the sleeve. I think this is signed by Natalie Merchant. And we didn't pull it out to have it authenticated. And I started looking. I was like, that's a very early signature. So that's very cool. So let's see, when did the 10,000 Maniacs come on the scene? When was their debut? I don't have a good history of them up in my head to replicate, but that is at $65 with John Young. That's a final call. And I was waiting for Ed Adamwich to see if he's in or out. And Ed is, let's see, Renee's at 145. And just Ed, let me know if you want back in on that. Okay, let's go through this crate one more time. New stuff, just a recap. First is Savatage Hall of the Mountain King on gold vinyl. $54.99. Savatage, limited edition, gold vinyl. New bid on 10,000 Maniacs. Shakedowns at $70. Savatage Gutter Ballet, $34.99. Savatage Gutter Ballet, $34.99. Silverchair Frog Stomp. Silverchair, that's music on vinyl, has their hit song Tomorrow. That is $49.99. Silverchair Frog Stomp. Peter Green Colors, $38.99 for Peter Green Colors. Music on vinyl, Peter Green, formerly a member of Fleetwood Mac. Alice Cooper Killer, these are all new and sealed, $46.99. And Love and Rockets is $31.99. Love and Rockets, their breakthrough self-titled album, $31.99. Arrested Development is $39.99. And Van Morrison Moondance, this is $33.99. Van Morrison Moondance. All right, let's go ahead and sell Renee the Little Feat for $145. So I'll put up a new Japanese pressing. We all of a sudden got a battle going on for the Natalie Merchant autograph. We've got John and Shakedown bidding on that. Let's put up a new Japanese pressing. I've got lots more MoFi. I've got a lot of Japanese, many more than I do MoFi copies. And then, of course, we got a stack of autographs, and maybe Paul can pick us out a few more in the back before he leaves. I think he's back there right now pricing more stuff. So our next auction is Eddie and the Cruiser soundtrack. Eddie and the Cruiser soundtrack. This is going to be a $45 start. This is a Japanese soundtrack to Eddie and the Cruisers. That is a $45 start. Eddie and the Cruisers soundtrack. It also has a lyric insert with it and very nice cover of Obi. There is a tear in the Obi back over here. It's kind of folded over too. Need to get that flattened out. There is a tear in the Obi back here. Eddie and the Cruisers. I think I said 45. We'll make it a $35 start. I didn't notice this tear in the Obi. $35 star for the soundtrack to Eddie and Cruisers. We got a John Cafferty autograph to run here in a second. Okay. So it looks like we're done on 10,000 Maniacs unless anybody new comes in. John Young has that for $125. It's a vintage bootleg autographed by Natalie Merchant. Final call for $125. We're about to sell. And let me finish going back through this bin. Metal Church, self-titled, $39.99. Motorhead 1916 is $34.99. Andrew Gold's Halloween House, $33.99. Dawkins, newest album, Heaven Comes Down, colored vinyl, $39.99. Halloween, Pink Bubbles Go Ape, $33.99. Greta Van Fleet was $34.99. Oingo Boingo's $28.99. REM is $36.99. And the White Stripes Greatest Hits is $36.99. Okay, let me grab the next crate of vintage stuff Paul has marked for us here. Looks like some really cool check condition stuff. I was flipping through it just a second ago. I'm finishing flipping through it right now. But yeah, some great check condition titles here. New stuff that was priced just for tonight. We have a final call. We have a final call on Eddie and the Cruisers as well. George Buchanan is the only bidder at $35. We are about to sell it. Peter Espinoza wants the Halloween. That's Pink Bubbles Go Ape. Let's sell that to Peter. All righty. Let me show three titles, and I'm selling the 10,000 Maniacs. We have Witness soundtrack, VG condition, $9.99. The Witness soundtrack, Harrison Ford was in that film. Merle Haggard, Okie from Muskogee, VG Plus condition, $12.99. And Paul Simon self-titled, that's in VG condition, $9.99. 10,000 Maniacs is sold to John Young for $125. And let's go ahead and sell Eddie and the Cruisers to George Buchanan for $35. So that was an autograph and a Japanese pressing. Let's do a MoFi and another autograph. The next MoFi title, I feel like there'll be a lot of interest in this one. This one's now out of print. Very desirable. It's the legendary Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner is from 2013. It is sealed. It's a $145 start. $145 start, number 2,903. And this is a $145 start. Limited edition MoFi pressing, now out of print, sealed, pronounced Leonard Skinner, $145 start. I like the Obi on that one, or the strip. It's in orange and white. All righty. The next autograph, let's do something that's JSA authenticated. The other one wasn't. This is a really cool, he couldn't have signed it bigger and better and more bolder. Jackson Brown. This is JSA authenticated, $55 start. First, there is some writing, a Guy Cameron. There is some writing on the back of the cover, There's the JSA sticker and the JSA certifications on the inside. But far as where the autograph is, it is very nice. Jackson Brown, Lawyers in Love, JSA authenticated, $55 start on that. Jackson Brown, Lawyers in Love. They have had that certified by JSA. That's autographed by Jackson Brown, $55 start. Okay, Pete Weisgarber's at $150 on Leonard Skinner. Back to the bin, we have Al Stewart, Year of the Cat, VG condition, $9.99. Herbie Mann and Jaya Gilberto with Antonio Carlos Jobim. This is VG condition, $11.99. 1966 U.S. pressing. Also, Honky Tonkin, Hank Williams Jr. with Ernest Tubb, Mel Tillis, and Lefty Frizzell. That is $21.99. Disc 1 is VG Plus. Disc 2 and 3 are EX Plus Near It Minus. This is a country compilation, $21.99 for Honky Tonkin. That's a 3LP box set. Blue Oyster Cult, Secret Treaties, VG Plus condition, $12.99. There is some cover damage down here, but that's in VG Plus condition, $12.99. And Willie Nelson, Red-Headed Stranger, VG Plus, $14.99. Willie Nelson, Red-Headed Stranger, VG Plus, $14.99. Ric Flair, that's just their picture they use. It has, it's just a picture of some stuff that's been authenticated. And there's a picture of Ric Flair. Looks like a moose glass signed by Chevy Chase. Jets football. It's just some stuff they use. Ashoka, Funko Pop. So, yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. This is, but yeah, there's a CSA card. So Jackson Brown's at 55. First, Henry Pardidez wants BOC, and Shane Devers wants Honky Tonkin. And final call on Leonard Skinner for 150. Let's see, probably that one, not that one, not that one, that one, definitely that one, that, and that one. I might wait on, you can go ahead, but I'll probably do those next time.
Yeah.
So, but we can try them. Okay, so we had Heather Feather on Mann, Herbie Mann. That's sold to Heather Feather. And we have a bid on Jackson Brown, and we have a bid on Leonard Skinner. We're about to sell both of them, $55 and $150. Tommy the Who, VG Plus $27.99. That's on the first label with the booklet. Tommy the Who, that is VG Plus $27.99. Also, Leadbelly. Mike Cohn wrote his name on the cover. Other than that, it's a 1963 mono Scranton press. VG condition, $11.99. A mono Scranton press from 1963, Leadbelly, VG condition, $11.99. The guitar that changed the world, Scotty Moore, VG Plus, $27.99. The guitar that changed the world, Scotty Moore, VG Plus condition, $27.99. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly, VG Plus, $14.99. $14.99. Okay, we have Leonard Skinner at $150 with Pete Weisgarber. That's sold. That's sold to Pete for $150. Only bid. We have Jackson Brown, an autographed copy of Lawyers in Love. Very cool signature right there, bold and centered. That's at $56 and now $58 with Calvin Ward. We have a bid going on. GC is at $56, Calvin's at $58. Debbie Blair on RF, which is Roberta Flack. That's sold to Debbie Winstead. And Jackson Brown's now at $65 with Brent Robley. The Rascals, Once Upon a Dream, VG condition, $9.99. That's a 1968. That is a laminated gatefold. The Rascals, always really nice covers with those. That's in VG condition, $9.99. Jackson Brown's now up for auction. Let me grab a new Japanese pressing. Also, earlier, somebody asked if I could read out some of the titles. It's a whole crate, but I will read a few. There's some stuff that didn't sell last night. Let's see. Madonna, Elton John, Styx, which I'm pulling right now. The Beatles, Rocky, Doobie Brothers, Foreigner, Paul McCartney, Doobie Brothers, Wings, The Beatles, Journey, Beatles. When I say Beatles, I also mean Paul McCartney. Judas Priest, The Pretenders, Paul McCartney, Journey, The Beatles, Paul McCartney, Simon & Garfunkel, Duran Duran, John Denver, Grease. That's about halfway through the crate. Let me pull this Styx. This is Best of Styx. This looks really cool. This is going to be this one, let me take a look at it first. Probably going to be, yes, very nice. This is going to be a $35 start. Best of Styx, Japanese pressing, near mint minus and pristine. This is very, very nice. $35 start, Best of Styx. That is truly extremely, extremely nice. It has one little corner ding right there. Other than that, it is immaculate. $35 start. The Jackson Brown autograph, 65, 67, 69, and now 70. I will get Madonna on deck and Paul McCartney on deck. Jackson Brown's at 71, and James, you did get an ELO. Yes, you did. 38 special, VG Plus $34.99 with a backstage pass that's been put on the cover. 38 special, backstage pass, after show only, Knoxville. That's an original backstage pass that someone has stuck to the cover. 38 specials in VG Plus condition, $34.99 with that backstage pass, of course. Jackson Brown's now at 75 with Calvin, and Michelle's at 35 on Styx. Savoy Brown, step further. Savoy Brown is VG Plus condition, and Blue Matter's in VG condition. So this is a 2 LP, a step further, and Blue Matter. One's in VG Plus, the other's in VG, just $14.99. That's a 2-in-1 Savoy Brown, 2 albums in one. Also, Johnny Cash, Look at Them Beans, VG Plus $14.99. Johnny Cash, Look at Them Beans. That's VG plus $14.99. And we have YMCA and other disco hits on the Kid Stuff label, EX $12.99. Final call on sticks. Michelle Baker Miller has that for $35. No one else has bid. That's a final call. They're still bidding on Jackson Brown. It was at $75. Now it's at $80 with Brent. And yes, some of those that I said Paul McCartney are actually Paul McCartney and Wings albums. So yes. John Mayall down the line. John Mayall's in VG plus $17.99. VG plus condition $17.99 for John Mayall. By the way, while I have a lot of people on tonight, I'm going to go ahead. I was working in my mind. I need to confirm it with Paul and make sure we can officially do it, because I think Paul's gone some this week, so I got to make sure that we have time to plan all this and do it. But I'm thinking actually Monday we're going to do Bruce Springsteen and Who bootlegs. Bruce Springsteen and Who records on Monday. Tuesday, probably Grateful Dead and maybe Jimi Hendrix. Kind of get them split nights going. Hendrix and Dead on Tuesday. Wednesday, maybe some Beatles stuff. We got a lot of Beatles stuff. Maybe can do that Wednesday. Thursday, nothing but premium, like autographs. The stuff that we didn't have to wait for letters on. We're waiting for some letters of, we know they're authenticated, but we're just waiting for the letters to come back. They got to have those like notarized, and it takes a long time to get the letters back. But we have some premium autographs that's just JSA authenticated. Labels. We don't have to have letters for them, like James Taylor and Bon Jovi and Ginger Baker and some Steve Winwood with Ginger Baker or Steve Winwood and Dave Mason dual signed albums. We got some really cool autographs back there, some higher end ones that we can sell right now, that we don't have to wait for letters to come back. So we're probably thinking Thursday like a premium autograph auction night, nothing but just fantastic autographed albums. And then Friday and Saturday, a little too far out to plan that far out, but that kind of gives you an idea of some of the great nights for next week. Probably The Who and the Grateful Dead. I've already kind of forgot what I said. Jimi Hendrix and Bruce Springsteen and The Who, Jimi Hendrix and the Grateful Dead, and then probably nothing but like Beatles and maybe autographs, and then even more autographs on Thursday. So just letting y'all know. Next week's going to be one of those weeks you don't want to miss. On top of that, we'll have all kinds of new arrivals all week. Do you have any more Jackson Brown? I think I've got another one signed by Jackson Brown and David Lindley, which is really special. It's Running on Empty, which David Lindley plays on it. I've got that one, and I think there is one other Jackson Brown. I don't know if it's signed on the front like this or not. I really don't know, but I know there's at least one more he signed with David Lindley. This one's at $80. I know this is one of the nicer ones where it was front and centered like this. But I know for sure there's more Jackson Brown. Yes, I just don't know exactly which one. And then there's some others that that other one has David Lindley's signature on it too, which is really cool because of course he plays on that album. Very well known. He plays on that album, Running on Empty. Okay, sorry for the announcements. Had to do that. 38 Special sold to Tom Sullivan. The new Pussifer, I will be posting that, yes. Garrett Cypret on Lead Belly. That is sold to Garrett Cypret, and that was the Lead Belly album. That's sold to Garrett. And Tony Murphy wants John Mayall, George Martin, Dolls. I am not familiar with that, but I will write that down. And Pussifer, Tanner, if you can do that for me, please. Let's go ahead and sell sticks. That's sold to Michelle Miller for $35. I knew about the Pussifer. Somebody else mentioned that, but I'll have to check in to see what George Martin... Is that George Martin as in the George Martin? Okay, before I do a McCartney album, I want to see what this is because this looks really cool. And I know it's always a desirable title. It's The Very Best of the Pretenders, a Japanese pressing. Very, very cool. This is going to be a $35 start. It's a Japanese pressing. Very nice. The Pretenders, a $35 start. I've never seen this before. It's a Japanese pressing. Let me make sure this is Japanese. Yeah, it's definitely Japanese. $35 start. No insert, no obi. Just The Very Best of Pretenders, a Japanese pressing. $35 start. Looks like a great track listing. $35 start on that. Brent Robley, you're out on the Jackson Brown. Calvin Ward's at 82. That's a final call. That's a final call. Calvin Ward's at 82. We have Cream, Wheels of Fire. That's in VG Plus condition. $34.99. Cream, Wheels of Fire, VG Plus condition, $34.99. That's on the original Terre Haute label. Wheels of Fire, VG Plus, $34.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, VG Plus, $22.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, VG Plus condition, $22.99. We have John Coltrane, The European Tour, VG Plus, $27.99. John Coltrane, The European Tour, VG Plus condition, $27.99. About a VG cover, I can tell it's from the radio station. VG Plus, $27.99. The Best of Dolly Parton, VG Plus, $19.99. The Very Best of Dolly Parton, VG Plus, $19.99. All right, Brent's out on Jackson Browne. Calvin, you have this for $82. Going twice, going 3 times to you. Very nice signature there. On Lawyers in Love, cool cover as always. That's a final call for $82. Brent's out. We have Mark Cunningham on the John Coltrane. Chris B. Jack was second. Final call to get a bid in on the Very Best of the Pretenders. We're looking for a $35 start. Jeremy Vite wants the Best of Dolly Parton. That's so to Jeremy. And what do we have here? This is Dahlia in Cairo. Dahlia in Cairo. VG condition, $9.99. Bert's Balladi. Haunting Melodies, Exciting Arabic Rhythms featuring Mary Ellen. VG condition, $9.99. Christopher, you were second on Dolly. Terry Jacks, Seasons in the Sun. VG Plus, $14.99. This is a white label promo. Terry Jacks, Seasons in the Sun. VG Plus, $14.99. And Mike Williams, The Radio Show. Mike Williams is EX condition, $12.99. Renee just bid on the Pretenders. I was about to make that a buy now, so let me make it a final call now. Also, I'm just now noticing a promo mark on it. It says, not for sale. It's a promo copy. Let me see if I see the promo stampings on the label. I don't see the, yeah, it says not for sale on the label too, actually in English. Not for sale. This is an interesting release. Very interesting. It's like it was made for import almost, or maybe for U.S. promotion. I'm not for sure. But that's now at $35 with Renee. Final call. And let's go ahead and sell Jackson Browne to Calvin Ward for $82. That's sold to Calvin Ward for $82. Time for a MoFi copy. Let's see what I have over here in the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab stack. I've got Janis Joplin, Warren Zevon, also the Pretenders. Can't do that one right now. MoFi Pretenders. Carole King, Supertramp, Simon & Garfunkel, Nirvana. That's not MoFi. That'd be amazing if it was. But it looks like a very cool pressing. I'll pull that up in just a second. First, let's do Supertramp. This is a $115 start. Supertramp, Breakfast in America, $115 start for Supertramp, Breakfast in America. It is sealed. It's numbered on the back, and that's a $115 start. Supertramp, MoFi, sealed. $115 start on that. 3 new bidders on the Pretenders. $36 on the Pretenders, $40 on the Pretenders. Jared McLaughlin wants the Terry Jacks, and the Pretenders is now at $40. Original soundtrack recording to La Dolce Vita, music by Renito Rota. That's a great film. VG, $9.99. That's the note from Paul on the back. Great film. Very interesting looking for sure. VG condition, $9.99. The Pretenders is $41. Simon & Garfunkel, Bookends. On the original label, EX condition, $17.99. Stereo copy, Bookends, Simon & Garfunkel, EX, $17.99. On the Columbia 2i label. Earth, Wind, and Fire. VG Plus condition, $16.99 for Earth, Wind, and Fire. VG Plus condition, $16.99. And Dobie Gray, Drift Away. Give me the beat, boys. VG Plus condition, that is $17.99. Looking for a $115 start on the Pretenders. That's now going once, going twice to get a bid in. Paul just brought us more autographs. Alan Holdsworth, Papa John Creech. We have the Neville Brothers. We have Stray Cats. Also, Brian Wilson, Johnny Rivers, Ry Cooter, Chris Christopherson, Carly Simon, John Cafferty, Ronnie Lane, Taj Mahal, Al Stewart. Wow, this Stray Cats looks really cool. Okay, let's see what we have here. The Pretenders, 3735, and the Supertramp number. The Supertramp number is 817, 817. 817. Dobie Gray does have Drift Away on it. Yes, that's the name of the album and the songs on here. VG Plus $17.99. We're looking for a $115 start. Jim Nielsen, everything right now on this bin is sticker price. This is VG Plus $22.99. Bob Dylan's greatest hits. 6680 Lexington. This is VG Plus $19.99. There's a good chance when we head to the back later, we might run across a Bob Dylan's greatest hits back there. That might be buy it now, best offer. This one right now is sticker price though. 6680 Lexington. That's on the yellow promo label. VG Plus $19.99. The Silky, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. VG condition, $9.99. And the Incredible String Band, The Big Huge. Is that what that says? VG condition, $9.99. The Incredible String Band, The Big Huge. VG, $9.99. Raiders of the Lost Ark, original motion picture soundtrack. Steven Spielberg film, of course, music by John Williams. VG condition, $12.99. All right, I'm making Supertramp a buy it now for $115. Breakfast in America, sealed MoFi copy, $115 buy it now. By the way, we have several bidders on the Pretender still. Renee has it for $50. Renee has it for $50. That's a final call to Renee for $50. If you're still bidding, let me know, or go ahead and say out. Next is Jim Nielsen on Raiders. That's so to Jim Nielsen. John Duran was second. Tom Sullivan's going to get the Dobie Gray. Jeffrey DeLong is in on the Supertramp for $115 buy it now. Brent Ribley was second. So that's so to Jeffrey DeLong. He was first. Brent was second. Joe's back in on the Pretenders at 52. So we have somebody asked if we could do Ry Cooter. Ry's actually, make sure there's not, we flipped over that one last night and it had, I was looking at that one last night and it had John Hight's signature on it too. But this one looks like it's just signed by Ry Cooter. Some of them we had JSA, some of them we didn't. This one we had JSA authenticated. Kind of just because we have others, that way, you know, the other ones we have, we of course guarantee them to be authentic, but as y'all know, some of these we've had multiples of, so we've had kind of one authenticated. Kind of helps me know the rest of them are authentic too. So this one is authenticated. This is the soundtrack to Paris, Texas. It's autographed by Ry Cooter. It's going to be a $45 start. It is JSA authenticated. Soundtrack to Paris, Texas. JSA authentication with it. $45 start. $45 start. The Pretenders is at $55 and now $60. We have one bidder out, but we have another with Jeff Williams at $60. Box of Frogs, VG Plus, $12.99. Essentially the members of the Yardbirds. Box of Frogs, VG Plus, $12.99. Cosmos Factory, CCR, VG Plus condition, $26.99. Cosmos Factories, VG Plus, $26.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival. James Brown, Showtime, VG condition, $12.99. James Brown, Showtime, VG condition, $12.99. Also Star Wars, VG Plus condition, $27.99. This has the insert and merchandise form, but there's no poster, $27.99. That has a merchandise and insert form, but no poster. VG Plus condition, $27.99. Star Wars, VG Plus, $27.99. That is sold to Rich Shockley. Also, we have Smoking the Bandit soundtrack, EX condition, $17.99. EX condition, $17.99. Joe and Renee's both out on the Pretenders. Jeff Williams has this for $60. That's a final call. Final call to get a bid in on the Ry Cooter, looking for a $45 start. And we have the Steve Miller Band Greatest Hits, VG condition, $12.99. And Van Morrison's Tupelo Honey, a 71 Pittman press, VG Plus condition, $29.99. A 71 Pittman press. Shane Devers wants Smoking the Bandit. That's sold to Shane Devers. John Duran was second. Kelly Bagwell wants Box of Frogs. Jackie Reynolds wants the Steve Miller Band. Those are all sold. And I'm going to read these titles one more time. I'm also about to sell the Pretenders for $60 to Jeff Williams, and I'm about to make Ry Cooter buy it now. Christopher Morris, you were second on Steve Miller Band. Let me go ahead and grab some of our next auctions. Let me see what this Nirvana record was. And let's see, we're about to, let me put up this Al Stewart. There were several people who asked early about that. Let me put this one up. It's also signed by the Turtles. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So to Jeff Williams for $60. If anybody wants the Ry Cooter autograph, it's a $45 buy now. It is JSA authenticated, Ry Cooter. It's an autographed copy of the soundtrack he did for Paris, Texas. That's a $45 buy now. JSA authenticated, Ry Cooter. I'm going to put that up there. Only 4 no bids so far tonight. Last night we had 0. Nirvana, Nevermind. This is an unofficial copy on purple with blue and red marbled vinyl. Interesting. An unofficial pressing on colored vinyl. Very, very cool. Very cool to see that on colored vinyl, because I don't know if I've only seen one blue vinyl Nirvana, and that's a very high quality audiophile pressing we've had before. $45 start. $45 start. Nirvana, Nevermind. That's an unofficial pressing on colored vinyl. Stewart. This is Al Stewart. It's an autographed copy of Indian Summer. It's also signed by Mark Volman, Flo and Eddie, and Howard Kalin, members of the Turtles, also known as Flo and Eddie. They played on a song on here, and that's a $25 start. It's autographed by Al Stewart, and then Mark Volman and Howard Kalin. Al Stewart live, Indian Summer, $25 start. $25 start on Al Stewart. Autographed. It's got 3 signatures on there. 2 members of the Turtles, or some may say the Turtles, Flo and Eddie. Signed by Flo and Eddie and Al Stewart. Nirvana's at 45, Al Stewart's at 25. Here's what's left in this bin. Just very quickly, I'm going to read the titles. If you want prices, let me know, and I'll bring up a new crate. First, we have the Witness soundtrack. Also, Merle Haggard, Ogie from Muskogee. Paul Simon, self-titled. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. We have Will Nelson, Redheaded Stranger. Tommy the Who, The Guitar That Changed the World. Scotty Moore. Also, The Rascals, Once Upon a Dream. Savoy Brown, Johnny Cash, Look at Them Beans. YMCA, Cream, Wheels of Fire. Dahlia in Cairo, Mike Williams, The Radio Show. La Dolce Vita soundtrack, Simon & Garfunkel Bookends. Earth, Wind and Fire, Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, 6680 Lexington. The Silky, The Incredible String Band. Creedence Clearwater, James Brown, and Van Morrison. There's a couple there I figured they would sell. CCR, James Brown, and Van Morrison. Sherry Darnell wants the Merle Haggard, Ogie from Muskogee. Jackie Reynolds is going to get the Cairo, this very interesting looking record here. Greg Brummett's going to get the CCR, the Creedence Clearwater Revival. Update on our auctions. We only have 1 bid. We only have 1 bid on Nirvana. Johnny Williams has that for $45. It's an unofficial pressing on colored vinyl. $45. It's on purple, white, blue, marbled vinyl. Final call for $45. And we had 2 people bid almost at the exact same time on Al Stewart. Debbie Winstead was in first at $25. Tommy Flowers, you were second. So Debbie still has that for $25. If anybody else wants in, now is the time. Right, Tanner? Tanner said correct. Tanner said correct. Let's see here. Let's bring over a new crate. I'm going to try to get to this crate that's back here in the back. I'm going to have to do a little switcheroo first. Let me do some condensing. These 2 crates here. Pretty much sold a whole crate here of vintage stuff already tonight, which is great. Thanks everybody for spending your Saturday night with us. I woke up after very little sleep and watched the Vols get pretty much embarrassed. I don't know about embarrassed, but they got beat pretty bad. I find it embarrassing. So I pretty much fell back asleep because I hadn't slept very long at all. And then I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get to the store. I'd even go eat at Tanner's. I had a free invite to go eat some food at Tanner's, and I pretty much slept through everything. When I realized the Vols had no chance right in the second half, I pretty much fell back asleep. I was like, this game is over. Nothing's going to be happening here. So Tanner, I'm sorry I didn't come eat. Tanner fell asleep too. Yeah, it wasn't much to watch. Me and Tanner evidently both fell asleep. I woke up, I was like, oh, well, I got to go do the show. So, yeah, that wasn't much of a game. I'm very glad I didn't make a last-minute decision and go out there. That would have been bad. I would have wasted a lot of money and been very disappointed. Okay, let's go ahead and sell Nirvana for $45 to Johnny Williams. We have Al Stewart. I was making sure Tommy Flowers didn't want to bid again. If not, I'm about to sell it. I was making sure he didn't want to bid again since he tied her. If not, I'm about to sell that for $25. Al Stewart. Al Stewart. All right. Let's see here. We need a MoFi copy. Let's see. And probably a Japanese next too. Let's go ahead and grab another MoFi copy over here. Let's do the Pretenders. We just sold the Japanese. Looked like there was a lot of interest. This is arguably one of their best albums. It's a sealed MoFi copy from 2012. And this is a $75 start. $75 start. The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. That is a sealed MoFi copy. And this is a $75 start. $75 start. Learning to Crawl. Sealed MoFi. It is numbered 1107. 1107. $75 start on that. Al Stewart is sold. Tommy Flowers is out. That's sold for $25 to Debbie Winstead. And let's grab our next Japanese pressing. I'm finally going to get to some of those Paul McCartneys. Hope the people who asked are still here. I'm going to grab one of my favorites first, which is Ram. Let's take a look at, whoop, that's Judas Priest. I'll do that in just a second. I meant to grab Ram, Paul McCartney. Very cool. Wow, this looks nice. Meemaw's Meatloaf. That's Seth's, and we hadn't got an invite to Seth's in a while. He usually invites us like, hey, y'all want to come watch the game? Meemaw's cooking. But he already knows that we do these shows, so first year, for last couple of years, we pretty much are here every Saturday night. If I'm not, Paul is. Japanese pressing of Ram, and this is pristine. $55 start. It has the obi. It's near mint. It's a gatefold. It is super nice with obi. Paul McCartney, Ram, $55 start. Now up for bid. Okay, Gerard is in immediately. Looking for a, make sure I leave the sticky note on that one. What did I say on that one? We had a, let's see, right here. $75 start on the Pretender, so I don't forget. All right, let's see what we have in here. Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King. Gold vinyl, $49.99. Avenged Sevenfold, that's $49.99. Caius, Blues for the Red Sun. A Rocktober exclusive, 30th anniversary on gold vinyl. Caius, Blues for the Red Sun, $31.99. Jimi Hendrix, Experience Hendrix, the best of Jimi Hendrix, $31.99. 2 LPs, Purple Haze, Fire, Wind Cries Mary, Hey Joe, All Along the Watchtower, Crosstown Traffic, Little Wing, 6 Was 9, Foxy Lady, Castles Made of Sand, Voodoo Child, Angel, Star Spangled Banner. That's Jimi Hendrix. A very great sounding record here. This is Blue by Joni Mitchell, $31.99. Blue by Joni Mitchell, newly remastered by Bernie Grunman under the supervision of Joni Mitchell. Her classic album, $31.99 for Blue. Also, Poison, Open Up and Say Ah. That's new and sealed. Poison is $33.99. And Van Morrison, Blowing Your Mind. Van Morrison is sealed. Music on vinyl pressing, $44.99. Final call on Paul McCartney for $55. And final call to get a bid in on the Pretenders for $75. There's another copy of Avenged Sevenfold. The Grateful Dead, Wake of the Flood. This is a very new 50th anniversary, $31.99. This is a remaster 50th anniversary edition, $31.99. Grateful Dead, Wake of the Flood. We got a bid on the Pretenders. Now a final call. The Pretenders is now at $75. Continuum, music by John Mayer, $39.99 for Continuum, music by John Mayer. That's a 2 LP, $39.99. And we have several copies of the classic from the 90s, I guess depending on who you ask, but no doubt it was popular. Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, $31.99. A lot of different music out in, I guess you could say, classic from the 90s. Some people consider this is the pop classic, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. I guess it's kind of hybrid into rock too, right? $31.99. There for a while, these go out of print, or it did go out of print, and it was like $50, $60 on Discogs. I've got 5 copies right now. This is the soundtrack to Batman, music done by Prince, $31.99. Music by Prince, that's the Batman soundtrack, $31.99. Let's sell the Pretenders to David Johnson for $75. Thank you. And let's sell the, Ram for $55 to Gerard Cacciatore. Jeremy Vite needs an Alanis Morissette. I need a drink of water. Be right back. Sorry. I was getting choked by Alanis Morissette. Let me go grab another bottle of water. I've already had 2 since I've been here. And the reason is because I ate some pizza. Well, actually, I ate some cheese sticks earlier from Pizza Hut. And Jake, those will dry you out, don't they? It's just like you're eating sponges. I should have went to Tanner's and had better food. I settled for cheese sticks, and now my body is fighting back. All right, so we have cake, Comfort Eagle. Cake is $29.99. Comfort Eagle, $29.99 for cake. Let's get up some new autographs. This one's really cool. Chris Christopherson, Border Lord. This is autographed. I love this. Great signature. Dale, I don't know. I need to ask him. I think he used a lot of these same paint pens when he met these people. This is really cool. It says Peace, Chris Christopherson. It is JSA authenticated. JSA authenticated, $75 start. Chris Christopherson, Border Lord. I think the album itself too is very nice. Yeah, very nice copy of the album itself. There's the insert, not Japanese insert. There's the JSA authentication. Yeah, super nice vinyl. That's the original Monument label. Has the original lyric insert, and it's JSA authenticated. Peace, Chris Christopherson. What a cool cover too. $75 start. Chris Christopherson, Border Lord. That's now up for bid. Do you have any Pantera albums? Yes, I actually have more on the way too, but we have a couple stray ones. Yes, Cowboys from Hell, Far Beyond Driven, a couple others like that. All right, let me grab another Japanese auction. Let's do this one here because I think it has a poster or something with it I've never seen before. And it's the Doobie Brothers, which is also a great album. What were once vices are now habits. Let's take a look at it, and then I'll let you know the starting bid. This is the Doobie Brothers. So Chris Christopherson is a $75 start. So the Doobie Brothers, yeah, it has some kind of, well, it's just an insert, but I don't think I've ever had it before. It almost doubles as a poster. Very cool, very 70-ish. It's a Japanese insert. The vinyl is very nice, near mint minus and pristine. And this is what were once vices are now habits, the Doobie Brothers, which has some of the hit songs such as Another Park, Another Sunday, and Black Water, and that's a $35 start. There's our next 2 auctions. We had cake. We have Prince Graffiti Bridge, $46.99. Prince Graffiti Bridge, that's $46.99. Oingo Boingo. Now, we sold a bunch of Dead Man's Party. Here's one that I still have stock of from the last Oingo Boingo. This one's called Nothing to Fear. Another one of their popular albums. Brown and white vinyl, $28.99 for that Oingo Boingo. The Who, Who's Next? And this is the Coke Bottle Clear classic album, $46.99. It's on colored vinyl. The Who, Who's Next? At the same time, they put out a half-speed master, a Coke Bottle Clear, a regular black vinyl, and a box set all on the same day. This is the Coke Bottle Clear indie exclusive, $46.99. The other Oingo Boingo is called Good for Your Soul, another very popular one. That one's $28.99. Oingo Boingo, Good for Your Soul. Gordon Lightfoot, Sundown. That's on orange vinyl too, from Friday Music. Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot, $39.99. And NWA, Straight Outta Compton, $36.99 for NWA. We went from Gordon Lightfoot to NWA. Wow. Phil I Nott's Grand Slam, Phil I Nott from Thin Lizzy, $29.99. Tom Waits, Swordfish Trombones, $36.99. Tom Waits, 40th anniversary. We actually have some autographed Tom Waits albums. They're not signed by Tom Waits. They're signed by the photographer or the artist who did the cover. Just like some Doors albums. I got a couple Doors albums. I actually have a copy of Morrison Hotel that's signed by Robbie Krieger, and on the back it's autographed by Henry Diltz, the very famous rock photographer. It's very cool. We got several albums signed by Henry Diltz that we had authenticated where he did the cover art, including Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Chris Sheridan wants The Who. That's sold to Chris Sheridan. Jeffrey DeLong wants an NWA. And Jeffrey, I first want to let you know that this has a very light crease right here. If you're okay with that, there's a very light crease in the corner. If you're okay with that, that's sold to you. And Jeremy Vaught also wants one. And Jeremy, I've got another one right here. And it's pretty much the same situation. It has a light crease right here. And those are both, if they want those, they're both $36.99. The third and final Oingo Boingo in this crate is Dark at the End of the Tunnel. Limited edition 500 on steamy orange swirl vinyl. Oingo Boingo, $28.99. Oingo Boingo, $28.99. That's on orange vinyl. Wolf Mother, $54.99. Wolf Mother. Also, Screaming Jay Hawkins. Screaming Jay Hawkins, A Portrait of a Man and His Woman, $33.99. And Queens of the Stone Age, rated R, $36.99. All right, I'm going to make these a buy it now. The Chris Christopherson autograph is a $75 buy it now. Peace, Chris Christopherson, autographed copy of Border Lord. And the Doobie Brothers is also a buy it now for $35. Shane Devers is going to get the Chris Christopherson. That's sold to him for $75. And if anybody wants the Doobie Brothers, it's a $35 buy it now. A super nice copy of this. Just very, very nice. It also includes that insert poster as well. $35 buy it now. This crate had Queens of the Stone Age, Screaming Jay Hawkins, Wolf Mother, Oingo Boingo, Tom Waits, Phil Lynott, Gordon Lightfoot, Oingo Boingo, The Who, Oingo Boingo, Prince, Cake, Prince, Alanis Morissette, Grateful Dead, Van Morrison, John Mayer, Poison, Joni Mitchell, Jimi Hendrix, Caius, and Avenged Sevenfold. If you missed some of those prices and you want me to confirm them, let me know and I will tell them to you. The next thing we're actually going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do it now, but before it gets too late and I forget about it over here. I've got a crate of $6.99 records. $6. Everything in this crate is going to be $6.99. They're all on sale for $6.99. I've kind of just made one whole crate, nothing but on sale records for $6.99. Before I do that, let me go ahead and put up some more auctions. I've got more MoFi stuff, got more Japanese stuff, and I got more autographs. The first MoFi, or the next MoFi I'm going to do, is let's do the Janis Joplin Pearl. Let's do Janis Joplin Pearl, and I'll go ahead and grab another Japanese auction. And let's do another Paul McCartney that we have here. Let's do Red Rose Speedway. So, first, we have Janis Joplin Pearl, a MoFi pressing, a 2016 2LP, numbered 1516, 1561. Janis Joplin Pearl, sealed, unopened. This is a $75 start. This is a $75 start. Janis Joplin Pearl, $75 start on that. Sealed MoFi pressing. And we have Paul McCartney, Red Rose Speedway. A very nice Japanese pressing. Let's take a look at this. Paul McCartney, Red Rose Speedway. First is the LP. Extremely nice. Near mint. This is going to be a $45 start. It has the book with it. The Japanese book. It has the US book. That was also part of the Japanese packaging. Extremely nice cover with Obi. $45 start. Are all MoFi albums numbered? Not all of them. The older ones aren't, but starting, I think, in the mid-2000s, they started numbering them maybe late 2000s. But no, not all of them are numbered. If they numbered one, then they should be all numbered, but not every title was numbered. Okay, so everything in here, $6.99. I'm going to read the title. If I don't say anything about the condition, then it's not a check condition title. The first thing I have is Blood Rock Whirlwind Tongues in shrink wrap. Some of these are significantly marked down. They are priced to move, as we call it, $6.99. Also, Jared McLaughlin wants the Doobie Brothers for a buy it now, Tanner, of $35. That's sold to Jared McLaughlin. I do have a Neville Brothers, yes, and Michael Nass at $75 on Janis Joplin. That's now going once, going twice, looking for a $45 start on McCartney. $6.99 for Blood Rock. That's sold to Brent Robley. Eric Goodwin was second. Sean Phillips, Collaboration, $6.99. You're going to be hearing me say that a lot. Debbie Harry, Cuckoo, VG Plus condition for Debbie Harry Cuckoo. VG Plus condition, $6.99. James Bragg is in on Janis Joplin for $77. Michael Nath, you're out. The Charlie Daniels Band Windows, that's now just $6.99. No condition notes. Charlie Daniels Band Windows, $6.99. The Everly Brothers, Born Yesterday, $6.99 for the Everly Brothers. Rick Springfield, Cow, that is $6.99 for Rick Springfield. Robin Trower, Caravan to Midnight. Robin Trower's in VG Plus condition, $6.99. Jefferson Airplane Bark, this also has the lyric insert with it. Also has the lyric insert. That's in VG Plus condition. $6.99. There's the lyric insert I was talking about. Jefferson Airplane Bart. Everything in here is $6.99. Kelly Bagwell wants the Charlie Daniels Band. That's sold to Kelly Bagwell, $6.99. Harry Chapin, Greatest Stories Live, EX Condition. That's a 2 LP, Greatest Stories Live by Harry Chapin. That is $6.99. And so is Real Life Flame. Has a hop sticker on it. Real Life Flame, $6.99. Debbie Winstead wants the Jefferson Airplane Bart. I'm going to go ahead and make Paul McCartney a buy it now for $45. If anybody wants Sir Paul, Red Rose Speedway, Big Barn Red, that's a $45 buy it now. Our next autograph is going to be, this is really cool actually. It's autographed by Ronnie Lane from the Small Faces, and the set itself is really cool. It's called Back to the 60s. The Trogs, Small Faces, The Equals, it's Golden Hits. The Equals, The Trogs, and Small Faces. It's a 3 LP box set. It's a compilation of music from The Eagles, The Trogs, and Small Faces. It's been JSA authenticated. It's autographed right here by Ronnie Lane. Pretty cool box set by itself. There's the JSA authentication. The sticker, I think they put the sticker on the back. Yep, stickers there on the back. $45 start, autographed by Ronnie Lane from the Small Faces. $45 start on that. $36.99 on the NWAs. Ronnie Lane, $45. Yes, Janis Joplin is sealed. This is a 2 LP, 45 RPM MoFi copy. It is sealed. It's numbered 1561. It's numbered, and the high bid is $80 of Michael Nath. $80 of Michael Nath. And the Ronnie Lane autograph is a $45 start. Back to the bin of $6.99, we have, I've already shown Real Life. We have Switch, Am I Still Your Boyfriend? $6.99. John Sebastian, Songbook Volume 1 by the Lovin' Spoonful. VG Plus condition, $6.99. John Sebastian is featured in the Woodstock movie singing Younger Generation. Has a cool Woodstock hop sticker on it. VG Plus $6.99. Edward Bear, VG Plus condition. That's now $6.99. James is in on the Janis Joplin at 82. Michael Nath is out. Leon Russell, Carney, EX condition, $6.99. And Ted Nugent's Amboy Dukes, Tooth Fang and Claw, VG for Ted Nugent's Amboy Dukes. VG condition, just $6.99. And this is the Istomu Yamatasha Co-Live from Paris. And that is now $6.99. Jane Fink wants the Edward Bear. We have Wolf's Counsel on the Ted Nugent. Dave D was second. And we have Scotty Hops third and Ron Duffield fourth. Janis Joplin is a final call. James Bragg has that for 82. Michael Nath's out. Looking for a $45 start on the Ronnie Lane signature. It's a 3 LP box set of music from the Trogs, the Small Faces, and the Equals. So Ted Nugent went to Wolves Council. Dave D was second. Scotty Hops third. Ron Duffield fourth. And Steve Wright fifth. Wonder why there's no Metallica MoFi. That is because that's expensive licensing. For MoFi to be able to do these titles, they have to pay a lot of money. And they have to, the artist has to get over the rights. But like Gerard just said, they did a Megadeth. But it's a big deal when they've done the Beatles and the Stones. But if you notice, there's only one Led Zeppelin MoFi. They did Led Zeppelin 2. But for them, it's a licensing thing. Very expensive to license and get access to these tapes, or at least in MoFi's situation, copies of the tapes so they can master these things. So, okay, we have any one steps. No, I don't have any one steps tonight. I just have those few other ones that I mentioned. No one steps tonight, to my knowledge, unless Paul surprises me and brings some more stuff up here. All right, back to the $6.99 stuff. John Baldry, Good to Be Alive, $6.99. Lay a Little Lovin' on Me, Robin McNamara, that is $6.99. Robin McNamara. And Netherlands, Dan Fogelberg, that's $6.99. Songs for Beginners, Graham Nash, $6.99 for Graham Nash, Songs for Beginners. And that feels and looks like I guess it's a U.S. copy, it just feels very different. $6.99. Also, The Many Moods of Harry Belafonte. We were listening to some Harry Belafonte the other night. This is $6.99. Earlier record here on RCA Victor, Harry Belafonte. Jane Fink wants the Graham Nash. Let's sell the Janis Joplin for $82 to James Bragg If anybody wants the Ronnie Lane autographed box set back to the 60s, that's a $45 buy it now. Autographed by Ronnie Lane of the Small Faces. That's a $45 buy it now. We have Loggins and Messina. That is $9.99 for Loggins and Messina. And another Jefferson Airplane Bark, $6.99. There's another one if you missed out on the first one I showed. Let me grab, let's pull a Japanese record out. Last one was Paul McCartney. It was a no bid. But we will try, let's see what else we have in here. Let's do the Grease soundtrack. This looks cool. And I'll try another MoFi. No bid on that last autograph, so we'll take a turn on that one. And speaking of Janis Joplin, I've got another one. Actually, let's jump over here to Warren Zevon. Excitable boy. So let's do this one first. Okay, so here's the Grease soundtrack. This is a Japanese pressing. The original Grease soundtrack. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. This is going to be a $35 start. It's a 2 LP Japanese pressing. The Grease soundtrack, the original motion picture soundtrack. It's a 2 LP. There's LP number 1. There's LP number 2. Here's the Japanese book. And it's a gatefold with Obi. Very nice. That is a $35 start. I think Paul just brought us up a one step. He did. Yeah, Michael Nath. Now you're obligated to bid. Warren Zevon, 2-disc, 45 RPM. This is sealed. It's a $65 start. Werewolves of London, Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Warren Zevon is a $65 start. Toby, I'm glad you asked. I almost forgot. Yes, I worked on a whole batch of 45s last night. Are they all in one container? Ah, they are. Okay, yes, I worked on a whole batch of 45s. Most of them, I elected to do these first. I think they're really cool. It's stuff that I never have seen, and some really good artists in here. I'll start showing these a few at a time in 1 second, okay? But back up to the top, we have Chris Farrar wanting the Harry Belafonte. That was $6.99. We've got Jerry Lee Lewis, high heel sneakers. Jerry Lee Lewis is $6.99. Dionne Warwick, Friends, that's $6.99. And Sebastian Cabot, Actor, A Dramatic Reading with Music, Bob Dylan, Poet. And that is $6.99. All right, Grease is at $35, now $36. Warren Zevon's at $65. Final call on Warren Zevon for $65. They're still bidding on Grease. We'll give that another second. We're in the middle of a $6.99 bin. I'm going to start grabbing a handful of random 45s and showing them to you here, okay? These are price as marked. This is Sly and the Family Stone, Sexy Situation. That is a 2013 Record Store Day, $6.99, and that's sealed. Sly and the Family Stone, Sexy Situation, Mother is a Hippie, sealed, Record Store Day, numbered, $6.99. That's numbered Record Store Day. Queen, Keep Yourself Alive, sealed from Record Store Day 2011, $24.99. Queen, Keep Yourself Alive, sealed from 2011, $24.99. AC/DC, Shoot to Thrill, War Machine, live at River Plate. That is sealed, Record Store Day 2011, $9.99. AC/DC. Kings of the Wild Frontier, Adam and the Ants. That is a 2015 Record Store Day sealed, $14.99, limited edition 35th anniversary double side A side single, numbered and gold vinyl. And then Alice Cooper is $24.99. This is on white vinyl. It's numbered. It's sealed, $24.99, 2016 Record Store Day. All right, let me go back up top, make sure I didn't miss anything. If no one's else bid on Warren Zevon, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. They haven't, so let's go ahead and sell this to Brent Rively for $65. That's sold to Brent for $65. Grease was at $35 and $36. What was the Led Zeppelin 4 album cover photo you posted? That was just a photo that was just a picture I put on there for attention. That is the photograph. Have I shared that article? I guess I haven't shared that article. They found the original photograph. The Led Zeppelin 4, in a binder and some other antique photographs in London, in the UK, in Scotland, wherever they found it. They found the original photograph that was inspired to paint this picture that Robert Plant found at a thrift store that they used for the photo for the album cover for Led Zeppelin 4. If y'all didn't know that, very cool. And we've wondered for years, for decades, who this man was. It was actually a photograph found of him. But no, I had 2 people message the page. No, one person commented, and I had 2 people message the page and said, when will that photograph be up for auction tonight? And I was like, we don't actually have the photograph. I didn't want to mislead anybody there, but we don't actually have the photograph. I think some people thought maybe that somehow Coletco had obtained the photograph. No, I do not have the photograph. I was just using that for an attention grabber. I had 2 galleries of pictures, and it didn't look right, so I put that picture in there to make the image on Facebook look better. So sorry, I didn't hope there wasn't anybody waiting to bid on that photograph. That's now in a museum over in London somewhere. They've put it in a museum. That's a very... I wish I had it. No telling what it would bring at auction. A lot of money. Greece is at 37. Greece is at 38. Greece is at 40. Toby Graham wants Queen. Keep Yourself Alive. That's sold to Toby Graham. We have AC/DC sold to Christopher Morris. Shane Devers was second. Craig Thomas wants Sly and the Family Stone. And we have Alice Cooper and we have Adam and the Ants still available. Alice Cooper sealed, live from the AstroTurf, features I'm 18 and It's My Body from the surviving Alice Cooper group. Historic reunion at the Good Records in Dallas, Texas, October 6, 2015. Their longest set since April 6, 1974. That's numbered and sealed Record Store Day white vinyl, $24.99. And King of the Wild Frontier, Adam and the Ants, that's on gold vinyl, and that is $14.99. $14.99. Yes, his name is Lance. Was it? It wasn't Lance Lot, was it? What was his name? Is Lot? Lance Lot? Lance Lot Link? No, that's a TV show. What was his name? But yes, they found the photo. Yes, my attention grabber worked. I was like, yes, we don't actually have that photograph, though. That would be pretty epic if we did. I would have loved to have found it somewhere. But if something like that's were to turn up, it would probably be over there in London. Okay, let's put up another autograph. I have a signed copy of, let's do one we've never done before, Carly Simon. With love, Carly Simon. Lancelot Link. Lot Long. Yeah, Lot Long. Lot Long, that's correct. Lance Armstrong. Yeah, he's time traveler. Carly Simon, Greatest Hits Live. Carly Simon. Also, Paul commented on our Veterans Day post, and he said thank you. And I remembered I hadn't even told him thank you in person. Paul is a veteran, served in the Navy. Thank you to all of our veterans. Here's my official live thank you. It is Veterans Day. Thank you to all that have served our great country, including Paul. Thank you, Paul. We have, and lots of other people that's watching right now. Thank you to all of our veterans. If you're watching and you're a veteran, let us know that you're watching and what branch you served in. That would be very cool to see. Carly Simon, Greatest Hits Live. This is autographed by Carly Simon. With love, Carly Simon. JSA authenticated. This is a $55 start. Carly Simon. It's actually a copy of Greatest Hits Live. It says with love, Carly Simon. It's JSA authenticated. The certification's in the inside of it, and that's a $55 start. Lot Long was that guy's name, not Lancelot Link. Yeah, that was the monkey from the 60s, right? The TV show. Okay, Greece is at $40. Christopher Morris was still bidding. Michelle Miller was still bidding. Jeremy was at $40. I haven't seen many people say out, but it's at $40. It's at $40, Greece. Okay, let's do some more $6.99 records. The first we have is the Beach Boys, the MIU album. That's in VG condition, $6.99. Laura Nyro, More Than a New Discovery. Laura Nyro is a VG copy from 1967 in mono, Ver Folkways. Laura Nyro, $6.99. Debbie Winstead wants the Beach Boys for $6.99. Jetstream was second. Age of Aquarius, the Fifth Dimension. Age of Aquarius, $6.99 for Age of Aquarius. Laura Nyro is sold to Jane Fink. Jetstream was second. We also have Andrew Gold, All This and Heaven 2. Andrew Gold, All This and Heaven 2, $6.99. Andrew Gold, All This and Heaven 2, $6.99. This looks interesting. It's got a black goat on it. This is Rational Animals, Bach Rock Parade, $6.99. Rational Animals. Okay, I was waiting for, I know we got distracted, but I was waiting for Jeremy. He's the high bidder. I was not waiting for him. He is the high bidder at $40. Final call on that. Christopher was out. I was just making sure who else. I was going to make sure Michelle Miller was out. That's about to be sold, though, for $40. Air Force, Navy, Beach Boys, Laura Nero. We have Army, Marine Corps, and Chris Farrar wants Age of Aquarius. That's sold to Chris Farrar, also $6.99. And we have Jared McLaughlin on AG, which is Andrew Gold. That's sold for $6.99. Michelle's out, and Mike Massey wants Rational Animals for $6.99. Thanks, everybody, once again for serving the United States of America. $40 is the final bid on this, now sold for $40 to Jeremy Vite for $40. And if anybody wants Carly Simon, this is a $55 buy it now. Carly Simon's Greatest Hits Live. Autographed, JSA authenticated by Carly Simon. $55 buy it now. Kind of a deal slipped in there if anybody's paying attention. Somebody asked earlier for more Paul McCartney Japanese pressings. Let's go ahead and do a Wings then. And a long time ago, someone asked for Madonna. Let's do back-to-back Japanese then. We have Wings at the Speed of Sound. This is going to be a $35 start. Wings at the Speed of Sound. $35 start for Wings at the Speed of Sound. This is a $35 start. There's the LP, Near Mint Minus and Pristine. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the Japanese insert. Very nice cover with Obi. Wings at the Speed of Sound. $35 start. That's now up for bid. Next is Madonna. True Blue by Madonna. True Blue by Madonna. This is a Japanese pressing with Obi. Also Near Mint Minus and Pristine. This is Madonna True Blue. Extremely nice vinyl. Also a $35 start. There's the LP. There's the insert. There's the cover in Obi. $35 start. $35 start for that. Already a bid on Wings. We do have a buy it now on Carly Simon. Mark Quarum's going to get that for $55. JSA authenticated. Carly Simon autograph. That is sold for $55 to Mark Quarum. Wings is at $35. And before we get too deep into, before I get my stack too high over here, let me do a recap of some buy it nows of some stuff that has not sold. Here's the first item. This is autographed and authenticated by JSA, signed by Ronnie Lane. That's a box set, autographed and authenticated. That's a $45 buy it now. Also for a $45 buy it now was Paul McCartney, Red Rose Speedway, Japanese pressing. That's still available. $45 buy it now. No one bid on that. The Ry Cooder autograph, and that one was JSA authenticated. That was a $45 buy it now, so $45, $45, $45. One MoFi that did not sell, T-Rex. $65 buy it now. Electric Warrior. That was a no bid. That's sealed. MoFi, $65 buy it now for Electric Warrior. Tom Jones is still available. That was a $55 buy it now. Tom Jones, autographed, authenticated by JSA. Tom Jones, that's a $55 buy it now. And for a $75 buy it now was Men at Work. That was the first auction of the night. So far, that's all the no bids. Those are all still available. So Men at Work, $75. Tom Jones, autograph, $55. James Bragg says he'll take the T-Rex. That's a $65 buy it now. Ry Cooder's a $45 buy it now. And Christopher Morris will take the Paul McCartney for a $45 buy it now. We have bids on both auctions. Wings is at $35. Madonna's at $35. And that means the only MoFi is Men at Work. I do have a few more we hadn't put up yet. And more autographs. And a one-step. But let's go ahead and finish up this $6.99 bin or take out another chunk of it. Everything in here is $6.99 discounted. Moscow on the Hudson soundtrack. That is $6.99. Also, Pure Prairie League, 2-lane highway. $6.99 for Pure Prairie League, 2-lane highway. Wet Willie's Greatest Hits. Wet Willie's Greatest Hits, $6.99 for Wet Willie. Gary Wright, Footprint, rest in peace. Gary Wright, $6.99. Jesse Colin Young, The Soul of a City Boy, $6.99 on that. Tommy Flowers is going to get the Wet Willie's Greatest Hits. That's sold to Tommy Flowers. Also, Jansen, Barbiri Jansen. That is a 1985 Japanese pressing. just $6.99. $6.99. Leslie Silvey on Pure Prairie League. That's sold to Leslie Silvey. We have a new bid on Paul McCartney. That means Leslie Silvey, you're out. Henry's Choice bid $36. Henry's Choice bid $36. And Madonna's a final call. Madonna's a final call. Debbie has that for $35. That's a final call. Tommy Flowers is going to get the Jansen. That's sold to Tommy for $6.99. The Anonymous Venetian soundtrack. That is VG Plus. I don't guess it. Is it upside down? It's a weird cover. That's the way it's supposed to be, but it looks like it's upside down. VG Plus $6.99. The Johnny Otis Show, a 1958 mono VG condition, $6.99. Wolves Council wants JW. That's Gary Wright. That's sold to Wolves Council. And Carole King, Welcome Home. Carole King is $6.99. So, Leslie, let me know if you want backing on wings. Let's go ahead and sell Madonna for $35. Madonna is sold for $35. And let me grab one of our next MoFis. We did a Janis Joplin earlier. This is Big Brother and the Holding Company with Janis Joplin, of course. This is sealed from 2016. Low number, number 434, $85 start. $85 start, number 434. Big Brother and the Holding Company, that's an $85 start. 2016, sealed, 2LP. Leslie is back in on wings at $37. Jetstream wants Carole King for $6.99. Also, we have Eric Burden declares war. That's in VG condition, $6.99. Jetstream says never mind on Carole King. He already has it, so that's going back in the crate if anybody wants it. Chris Christopherson, the Silver-Tongued Devil and I, that's $6.99. Pete Weisgarber's at $90 on Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and the Holding Company. So that's got the opening bid now set at $90. And Wings is at $37 with Leslie Silvey. Henry's Choice, now you're out on Wings. Al Cooper, a possible projection of the future. Al Cooper is $6.99. We have Chris Christopherson, actually Michelle Miller on CK for Carole King, and then Shane Devers on KK for Chris Christopherson. And Focus 3, $6.99. Kelly Bagwell wants the Eric Burden. That's sold to Kelly Bagwell. Henry's Choice is backing on Paul McCartney at $38. La Grande Historia del Rock, The Drifters, Dwayne Eddy, The Fireballs, and Jack Scott. That's a 4-track or 4-artist compilation, $6.99. Also, Moments to Remember is $6.99. Jerry, you missed Madonna. That was sold already for $35 to Debbie Winstead. Final call on Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and the Holding Company. That's with Pete Weisgarber at $90. That's a final call. John Duran wants the La Grande Historia del Rock for $6.99. Rock and Soul, 1953, 1954, 1955, pre-Beatle Decade of Rock. Rock and Soul compilation from ABC Records, $6.99. Griffin is a white label promo. The top seam is split, but that's now just $6.99 on the Romar label, $6.99. And Jefferson Starship Spitfire, $6.99 on Jefferson Starship. Let's go ahead and sell Paul McCartney to Henry's Choice for $38. Let's sell Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and the Holding Company for $90 to Pete. Those are sold. Those are sold. Let me put up a new autograph. Let's do a Johnny Rivers and let's do a John Cafferty. So this one, we sent some stuff off that is kind of like, we know it's authentic, but after you get a certain amount of signatures, it requires a letter of authenticity. So we have some stuff that we know was authentic, but we just elected not to have a letter of authenticity because it cost a lot more. We know they're authentic and we're going to guarantee them. And we've had his signatures before. There were several in this collection. And this is John Cafferty. If y'all remember, we had that autographed copy of Eddie and the Cruisers. And I think there's another album back there just signed by John Cafferty. But this is the last one that I know of that's signed by, I think, pretty much the entire band. I think there's one missing on here. But, of course, the important signatures on there with John Cafferty. So this is a copy of John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, Tough All Over. I think the album itself is very nice. It is. Scotty Brothers. This is going to be a $55 start. $55 start. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures on it. It's got 5 signatures, including John Cafferty. So And on the front there's 2, 4, 6 people. So it's missing one signature, unless it's the one I had. It was like 5 had signed the front and 1 had signed the back, which is just that Eddie and the Cruisers. I think everybody had signed the back except one person signed the front. I was like, man, that's frustrating, not having them all on one side. But yeah, 5 of the 6 signed this one. $55 start, John Cafferty. John Cafferty, very cool. And then this one is JSA authenticated. This is Johnny Rivers. Johnny Rivers, autographed by Johnny Rivers. Also, it says Hag right here. I don't know if that's just somebody's name or something that I'm missing, but I think I actually hadn't looked this one up. I guess the only thing that was authenticated is Johnny Rivers. That says Hag on it, which I think is just somebody's name. So Johnny Rivers, homegrown, JSA authenticated. This is a $45 start. That's autographed by Johnny Rivers. So there's our next 2 signatures, John Cafferty and Johnny Rivers. Both are JRs. No, John C. John C. and JR. Next is Debbie Winstead. Debbie Winstead on JS. JS is Jefferson Starship. That's so to Debbie Winstead. And we have Debbie Griffin, or Debbie Perdita on Griffin. Is this? And there was a question before that. Is that Jimmy Griffin's band? I have no idea. It says J.D. Andrea Rhythm Griffin. I don't see the name Jimmy Griffin anywhere back here. But Tommy, I will leave that up. Ball's actually in your court. So if you want it, it's yours. If not, it's sold to Debbie Perdita. But I do not see the name on here. So, okay. Well, there's another signature here. We might need to look this one up right quick. I've seen another name here, Flay M. See, there's some, you can look these up and it will tell you who, because some that I've missed. Tanner, I may have you go to JSA's website right quick and look this up. You can search JSA authentication, look up Spence right there, Spence, LOA. See if there's anybody else that signed that except him before we sell it. That way we know for sure. But I've had Merle Haggard's signature. It looks nothing like that. I think that's just somebody's name, but we'll confirm that for sure. Super Sax plays Bird. Super Sax plays Bird. This is $6.99. Super Sax plays Bird. Also, 20 Great Tracks by Buddy. Rock On with Buddy Holly. In shrink wrap, $6.99. That's an import. Teetotals. Gold vinyl from 2009. Teetotals is $6.99. Teetotals. $6.99 on that. The Weather Girls, Big Girls Don't Cry. That's in shrink wrap. $6.99. National Lampoon's Missing White House Tapes. That's $6.99. Hall & Oates, Bigger Than Both of Us. Hall & Oates is in EX condition. $6.99. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees, VG Plus $14.99. And La Grande Storia del Rock, The Fleetwoods, Frankie Avalon, The Chiffons, and the Adlib, $6.99. No additional signers. Johnny Rivers, signed album cover, no additional notes. Okay, so yeah, it's just signed by Johnny Rivers. So whoever Flay M is and Hag, they just wrote their name on the cover. This is a $45 start. And John Cafferty's a $55 start, but those are final bids. Final bids if anybody wants in. Michael House wants the Buddy Holly. That's $6.99. Michelle Miller put HO for Hall & Oates. That's so to Michelle Miller. John Duran wants the National Lampoons. And he also wants the Rock album, $6.99. And Jetstream gets Boz Scaggs. So Michael House, Michelle Miller, John Duran, Jetstream, and we have Chris Mass on J. And Chris, if there was something in here I missed, let me know. Okay, speaking of Led Zeppelin BBC box sets, I still have them. $199.99. Somebody just said they're listening to it right now. Greg Rogers. Led Zeppelin, the complete BBC sessions. It's an incredible live box set. 5 LPs, every track Led Zeppelin performed for the BBC. $199.99. 8 unreleased performances. It has the album print, a 44-page book. That's $199.99. Also, How the West Was Won. Also a super deluxe. Both of those are the super deluxe, which I recommend just going ahead and getting the big one that has everything on it for both of these. How the West Was Won. Also $199.99. 4 LPs, 3 CDs, 18 tracks. Has the DVD with it, 52-page book, also a covered print, $199.99. That's the Led Zeppelin box sets. I've got those in stock. I've got them right over here. Right over here. All right, let's make these auctions a buy it now. If anybody wants the John Cafferty, it's a $55 buy it now. John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. And somebody asked if we were going to do Eddie and the Cruisers. That's already sold. We sold that like 2 months ago. We've been selling Pittsburgh autographs for a long time already. We've already sold off a ton of stuff that we knew was good, but we didn't really want to have it authenticated. So, and Johnny Rivers is a $45 buy it now. So $55 and $45 on those. Those are available for buy it nows if anybody wants them. Johnny Rivers and John Cafferty. I'll put up 2 new auctions right now. I'll put up 2 new auctions right now. First is, let's do more Japanese stuff. Have several people been asking to run more, including Paul McCartney and Wings. So there's a copy of London Town. And one of the last MoFis we have is Carole King's classic album, Tapestry. Tapestry. Tapestry is a sealed MoFi pressing. Sealed MoFi pressing for $65 start. It's from 2013. It's sealed. It's numbered 2603. Sealed Tapestry. $65 start from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. And then the next Japanese pressing is Paul McCartney and Wings, London Town. Paul McCartney and Wings, London Town. This is a $35 start. Very nice cover with Obi. $35 start. Let me show you the insides first. First, the vinyl, near mint minus and pristine. Has the insert with it, or that's the inner sleeve actually. It does have the poster. It does have the poster. It does have the poster, and we have the Japanese insert as well. Have the Japanese insert as well. $35 start on this. Very nice with Obi, London Town. This one has the poster. So first, we have an offer on the Beaver Brown, an offer on the Led Zeppelin boxes. We have a bid on Tapestry, and we have a bid on Paul McCartney. Let me think about both offers. Usually on the new vinyl, it's sticker price, Mr. James Bragg and Mr. G.C. Colleton. I'm leaving all the buy it now sticker price for right now. But I'm not saying no, but just right now, I'm going to just wait. So, but I'll think on both those. We have a $45 offer for the Beaver Brown and $380 for Led Zeppelin. So first, let me recap what's left in the $6.99 bin very quickly. I'm going to go through them all $6.99. Final call on both auctions, $70 and $35. We have Sean Phillips collaboration, Debbie Harry Cuckoo, the Everly Brothers, Rick Springfield Towel, Robin Trower, Caravan to Midnight, Harry Chapin, Greatest Stories Live, Real Life Flame, Switch, Am I Still Your Boyfriend, John Sebastian Songbook, also Carney, Leon Russell, Yamatasha, this is Stomu Yamatasha, $6.99. John Baldry, Good to Be Alive, Robin McNamara, Dan Fogelberg, Loggins and Messina, Jefferson Airplane, Jerry Lee Lewis. That's the Wolves Council. I'm pretty sure that was this one right here. Leslie Silvley wants RT, which is Robin Trower. That's sold to Leslie Silvley. Also Dionne Warwick. Jared McLaughlin wants RL, which was RL was Real Life, maybe? Possibly. I'll put that over here in pending. Jared McLaughlin, let me know exactly what that was. Timothy Horn on LM. Loggins and Messina, maybe. If you see me pull the wrong record, let me know. Final call on both auctions, $35 and $70. The Bob Dylan Poet album, which is a spoken word by Sebastian Cabot. Sherry Darnell wants John Sebastian. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Jared McLaughlin said yes on Real Life. Okay, so that was Leslie, Jared. You need me to go back through those? I got them out of order. Tanner says he's got it under control. Okay, $6.99, Moscow on the Hudson, Jesse Colin Young, The Anonymous Venetian, Johnny Otis, Al Cooper, Focus 3, Moments to Remember, Rock and Soul, Super Sax Plays Bird, The Weather Girls, and Teetotals. Carole King is at $70. I was about to reach to sell it. Pete Weisgarber has that for $70. That's a final call. Michael Nath, if you want to bid, you can. If you say pass or out, I'm going to go ahead and sell it to him. Also, we had a new bid on Paul McCartney. I was about to sell that, but we have a new bid. We was at 35. Henry's Choice bid 38. Michelle Miller wants the Sebastian. That is sold to Michelle Miller, $6.99. Next is Jared McLaughlin on the Jefferson Airplane. Chip Trout wants the Teetotals. Chip Trout on Teetotals. And Carole King is sold to Pete Weisgarber for $70. Let's see, box sets. If you want both Led Zeppelin box sets, I'll do them. James Bragg, if you're still on. This new vinyl, as you know, I really don't discount it too much. But if you're buying both, I'll do $390. $390. Also costs a little bit more to ship these. $390 on the box sets, and I'll split the difference on whoever made an offer on Beaver Brown Band, John Cafferty, GC. I'll do $50 on that. That's splitting the difference with both offers. $50 and $390 on those. And Leslie's out on Paul McCartney. That's now a final call to Henry's Choice for $38. Let's see what I have over here. I do have an unauthenticated Taj Mahal autograph. I don't think I've ever had this one before either. Taj Mahal, Mo Roots. Taj Mahal, Mo Roots. Near mint on the vinyl, and it's autographed by Taj Mahal. $35 start. Original inner sleeve, Mo Roots. Taj Mahal autograph, $35 start. James Bragg said sold. Tanner sell these both for $390 to James Bragg. $390. The Beaver Brown was not authenticated. No, it's not. So if you were to have this authenticated by JSA, you have to get a letter. It has 5 signatures on it, so it requires a letter of authenticity. And the letter of authenticity would cost us it would cost us more than what we're selling it for right now. That's the thing with some of these autographs. The authentication is getting pretty close to what we paid for some of these, what we're selling them for. If we're selling anything unauthenticated or authenticated for that 35 or less range, it's getting pretty close to what we've got actually in it, including our time and everything that went through to get these authenticated. So this has 5 signatures, so I'll guarantee them to be authentic, but if you wanted to get a letter for this, it would cost you more than what you're paying for the autograph because there's 5 signatures. You can't just get John Cafferty's authenticated. You have to get all 5, which requires a letter of authenticity from James Spence, from JSA. And I think PSA is the same way, and they're even more money to have it authenticated there, I'm pretty sure. So, but yes, JSA requires a letter for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures, regardless of who it is. You know, it could be anybody. And then it also depends on how much the fair market value of the signature. So, but yeah, if you wanted to get a letter with this, that's why we didn't, because we figured it was worth somewhere between 45 and 65 is my guess. That's what we sold the last one for. So we knew they were authentic, but I think it would cost probably at least 50 to get a letter of authenticity with it. So, and that's what we would be selling it for. So it just don't make sense for us to have it authenticated. So we look at it, we say it's real, but it's not really one to have authenticated. But if some people do, just so they know, but that's up to whoever. We'll pass that on to somebody else. He said he'll take it for $50. Brent Ribley's at 35 on Taj Mahal. Let's go ahead and sell Henry's Choice to Paul McCartney for 38, but thank you. Hope that all makes sense on the COAs. Just like the Taj Mahals, we had like 20 or 30 of these. And so we had several authenticated, but we knew they're real. So, and a lot of it is, we're guaranteeing them. So it's not really worth us putting a sticker and paying that fee on every single one of them. Let's pull something else out over this crate. Do we have any MoFi left? I do have another MoFi. Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. This is sealed from 2019. It's a $45 start. Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, sealed MoFi. This is an analog copy. So they made a copy of the original analog tapes. They transferred it to DSD, and then they cut it to analog on vinyl to the lathe. And that is a $45 start. Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. The Taj Mahal's now at $38. All right, so that was another great crate of $6.99. I've got some more stuff up here to go through. I have only went through one handful of 45s. Let me start knocking out some more of those. I've only been through one handful of 45s. Let me start trying to knock down a few more of those. So, 45s, where are you? Right here. Let's see what we have. Got some cool ones in here. Make sure I don't have any of the same artists back to back. I don't. Okay, First is the Yardbirds. This is Record Store Day 2011, $6.99. Ha Ha Said the Clown, Tinker Tailor Soldier Sailor. The Yardbirds, $6.99, 2011, Record Store Day. Also, Fleetwood Mac. This is sealed. Dragonfly, The Purple Dancer. For the first time ever available in the United States, Record Store Day. Sealed, 2014, $14.99 for Fleetwood Mac. Ronnie Spector and the E Street Band, Say Goodbye to Hollywood, Baby Please Don't Go. Recreation of the stunning original 1977 single. That's from Record Store Day 2014, $11.99. Simon & Garfunkel, Homeward Bound, Record Store Day exclusive from 2015. Most of these are sealed, by the way. $6.99. And Derek and the Dominoes, Got to Get Better in a Little While, and Layla, sealed from 2011 Record Store Day, and that is $11.99. So Derek and the Dominoes, Simon & Garfunkel, Ronnie Spector, Fleetwood Mac, and the Yardbirds. Most of those are sealed. If they're not sealed, actually, yeah, these last four are sealed, and the Yardbirds are pretty much new and unplayed. Taj Mahal's a 38, Taj Mahal 40, Taj Mahal 45. We got a couple claims on 45s, and yes, the T-Rex is sold. The T-Rex is sold. Which crate? Let's see here. I want to go through this one over here. I got to move some stuff around. Let me move some stuff around right quick to get to this other crate. Let me stack the no bids up here. And let me move the crate of 45s right quick. And let's see. That's the first crate I've ever seen cracked. We own right there. First time I've ever seen one cracked. Something must have either hit it or we had a lot of weight on it, or I was standing on it. Yeah. Yeah, that would do it. Dropping another 60-pound crate on it. All righty. So, speaking of 45s, are you going to fix the jukebox in store? Played with it the other day. I think it is. It's kind of fixed. It is fixed. Actually, the belt and the new belt and the new needle was delivered today. John will finish probably tuning it up tomorrow. But yes, we do have a very cool, not new, but it's new to us, but it's from, I think, the mid-60s, a Wurlitzer jukebox, and we have pretty much got it working thanks to, I think, between John, mostly John, help of Ed, and maybe a little bit with Paul, they have all got it working. From Dale's Pittsburgh collection. Okay, we have Stacy Metternich on the Ronnie Spector. That's sold to Stacy Metternich. Michelle Miller on Simon & Garfunkel. Jane Fink wants the Fleetwood Mac. Henry's Choice wants the Derek and the Dominoes. And that just leaves the Yardbirds. The Yardbirds is $6.99. Brent Robley, let me know if you want back in on Taj Mahal. Wolves Council has that for $44. And then when I come back, I'm going to make Simon & Garfunkel a buy it now if no one else has bid. Let's go through this crate very quickly. It's some new vinyl we hadn't been through in a while. We have the Yardbirds Frontiers 40th Anniversary Edition. The Yardbirds is sold. This is Journey Frontiers 40th Anniversary. It also includes a bonus 7-inch. It's an Anniversary Edition remastered. $36.99 for Journey. I've got 3-4 of those on those. I've got 5 of those left. Talking Heads, Naked, Purple Vinyl. The 1988 Steve Lillywhite produced classic, Talking Heads, Naked, Purple Vinyl, $33.99. That's new and sealed. Also, another copy of that. Glenn Danzig, Who Killed Marilyn, $34.99 for Glenn Danzig, Who Killed Marilyn. 3 of those available. And Destruction, Cracked Brain, $46.99. Destruction, Cracked Brain. Kiss, Music from the Elder, $36.99. Kiss, Music from the Elder. Let me pull that Yardbirds from the last handful. That's going to be sold to Jane Fink. Brent Robley's back in on Taj Mahal at 46. So is Wolves Council at 47. This Simon & Garfunkel's a buy it now for $45. Sealed MoFi, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. $45 buy it now. The buy it now price for Men at Work is $75. $75 on that. Bush, 16 Stone, $33.99 for Bush. Black Puma's newest album, Chronicles of a Diamond. That is the indie exclusive, limited edition cloudy red vinyl. $33.99 for Black Pumas. Bad Company, 10 from 6. That is the Rocktober clear vinyl. $31.99 for Bad Company. That's like a greatest hits, $31.99. And also like a greatest hits is Yes singles. For the first time ever, a collection of singles by Yes, $31.99. That's on yellow and black splatter vinyl. What else do we have in the Japanese bin? In the Japanese bin, I've got a Judas Priest Defenders of the Faith. Wow. This is going to be a $55 start. Judas Priest, $55 start for Defenders of the Faith. It is a near mint minus Japanese pressing. It also has a really cool Japanese insert with it. Defenders of the Faith, Judas Priest, $55 start. Now up for bid with Obi. Judas Priest, very, very nice copy. There's Yes singles. Taj Mahal's at 46, now 47. Actually, before I can continue, let me show some more 45s. We're going through these things fast. I figured we'd sell most of them, if not all of them. First is Otis Redding. This is a new and sealed anniversary edition of the Dock of the Bay. It's on gold vinyl, 50th anniversary gold vinyl from Stax. I messed this all up. Stax 60th anniversary, $11.99. $11.99. That is now about now. The Electric Prunes. I've Got a Way of My Own, World of Darkness. That is a 2016 record store day, $6.99. The Electric Prunes. Very cool here. Prince, special limited edition picture disc, 2017, $24.99. That's new and sealed. Prince, $24.99. The Byrds, 8 Miles High and Why, record store day 2011. A lot of these are on colored vinyl, by the way. I just didn't denote it. $11.99 for the Byrds. I've got two of these. They're almost the same thing. One of them has inner sleeves, custom inner sleeves. One of them don't. One of them's from 2016 and one of them's from 2012. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, Diddy Wah Diddy. It's also got 3 other tracks on there. That is $16.99 for Captain Beefheart. I got the 2012 and I got the 2016 record store day. It's the same thing. The 2012 has custom printed inner sleeves. The other one does not. That is Captain Beefheart. Let's go back way up to the top. Brent Ribley was at 46 on Taj Mahal. Then Wolves Council bid 47. Do you have a McCartney in Japanese? I do not. I do not have that one. IMJ&V wants the Yes singles. That's sold to IMJ&V. Christopher Morris is first on the Otis Redding. The Judas Priest, we're looking for a $55 start. Looking for a $55 start on Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. Next comment or question was Prince. Brian C. gets the Prince picture disc. That was sold to Brian C. He was first on Prince. Magical Mystery Tour on Japanese. I got Sgt. Pepper's tonight. I don't think I have a Magical Mystery Tour, though. Next is Brian C. got Prince. Henry's Choice was second on Otis Redding. Greg Rogers was third. Michelle was second on Prince. Brent Ribley's back in on Taj Mahal at 48. Brian C. wants the 2012. Let me make sure this is the right one. So when I say custom inner sleeves, yeah, they're printed inner sleeves like that, sun-dazed. They're actually like on custom sun-dazed inner sleeves. That's sold to Brian C., the Captain Beefheart. And then 4 years later, they reissued it for Record Store Day. So that one sold to Brian C. And the other one is pretty much the same thing. It just has generic white inner sleeves. It's also a gatefold. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band. It's just on white inner sleeves. So that stack still has the following. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band. That's a $245. That's $245 gatefold, $16.99. The Byrds, 8 Miles High, and the Electric Prunes. The Byrds was $11.99, and the Electric Prunes is $6.99. All Record Store Day. Wolves Council's back in on Taj Mahal at 49. Wolves Council's back in at 49. So, Brent, you're back out bid on that. All right, let me grab that Sgt. Pepper's while I'm over here. We'll put that up next. I'm going to make Judas Priest a buy it now, $55 buy it now on Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith, Japanese pressing. Buy it now for $45. If anybody wants in on that. Our next auction is the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Japanese pressing. Let's take a look at it. The Beatles. This is a Japanese pressing with Obi, the Apple Obi. $55 start on this as well. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Flawless vinyl. Super nice Japanese pressing. There's the Japanese inner sleeve for it. $55 on the Beatles. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the very cool Sgt. Pepper's cutouts. The Sergeant stripes, the mustache. $55 start. Nice cover. That's a nice copy from Japan. We have 49, now 50 on Taj Mahal. Vaughn Schoenfield's going to do the buy it now on Judas Priest. That's sold to Vaughn Schoenfield for 55. Wolves Council is officially out on Taj Mahal. Brent has that for 50. Final call. Let's go ahead and show some more albums that was in this bin. The Cars Greatest Hits, that's on red vinyl. The Cars Greatest Hits, Just What You Needed, $31.99. There's a couple more copies of the new Black Pumas album. I've been seeing people post this in our group and in various groups and be like, another killer album by Black Pumas. That is $33.99. Chronicles of a Diamond. This is the newest anniversary copy of U2's Europa. U2's Europa is a 30th anniversary on yellow vinyl, 2LP. That is $59.99. It's also on a foil cover. U2's Europa. Motorhead, the Ace of Spades. Motorhead is $33.99. And Simple Minds. This is a fairly new release too by Simple Minds. New Go Dream, live from Paisley Abbey. Simple Minds, live, $39.99. Wolves Council is going to get a Black Pumas. Let's go ahead and sell Taj Mahal to Brent Robley for $50. Final call if you want to get a bid in on Sgt. Pepper's. Looking for a $55 start on that. In the MoFi department, we have an Eagles One Step. Eagles Hotel California, also known as the Eagles. This is a $145 start. It's an Ultra Disc one-step pressing by Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. Special audiophile edition, limited to 17,500 units. They did a copy of the original master tape, DSD transfer to the analog console, straight to the lathe where it was cut. This is sealed. It's numbered 1,382. 1,382 of 17,500. $145 start. Hotel California One Step, $145 start. Opeth Blackwater Park. Opeth is $56.99 for Blackwater Park. Enough's Enough, Animals with Human Intelligence. That is $33.99. That's on splatter vinyl, $33.99. Is that an auction? Yeah. Oh, picture disc, cool. Paul has brought us up another crate. Fantastic. Right here, the blue one? Okay, Paul's got us a whole new crate of new arrivals to go through. Fantastic. We actually just sold one of these on Discogs last night. Megadeth Euthanasia. We just sold one for $59.99. I pulled one out and listed another one. These are $49.99 right here. If you want to buy one right here, right now, Megadeth picture disc Euthanasia, $49.99. Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 2. That's $39.99. XTC Skylarking, $34.99 for XTC Skylarking. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, Texas Flood. Analog Productions, 100% analog masters, $69.99. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make the Beatles a buy it now. If anybody wants that for $55, surely somebody's on standby for the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's. That's a $55 buy it now if anybody wants it. And this is a $145 start, final call. Final call. Matt Barnhill says he'll take the Beatles for $55. Nice copy there of Sgt. Pepper's. That's a listening experience from beginning to end. As far as MoFi stuff tonight, that was the last one. Yep. There's obviously more. If y'all seen that whole tub, just don't have them all marked tonight. We'll be marking those all rest of next week here and there during different shows. But we do have a whole crate of, I've got more autographs. Paul just brought up some more auctions. And we have plenty of Japanese to sell the rest of the night too. How about a Pearl Jam unofficial? Wow. Pearl Jam, 5 Alive. Pearl Jam live at the Riverside Clun, Newcastle, UK. February 22nd, 1992. This is an unofficial live Pearl Jam concert. This is a $55 start. Pearl Jam, 5 Alive. $55 start. Pearl Jam 5 Alive. $55 start on Pearl Jam. 5 Alive. That's now up for bid. A 1992 unofficial. Is that where Eddie Vedder, well, I think he did that quite often, where he climbed up on the rafters and jumped into the stage, or jumped off the stage. 55 on Pearl Jam. Okay. We have Marillion, Holidays in Eden. Marillion is $24.99. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, $36.99. Haunted House, Chilling Thrilling Sounds, $33.99. A different version of the Haunted House, $31.99. This is actually on sale. I need to put this in the on sale vinyl. Run the Jewels, Killer Mike, $24.99. That's half off. Killer Mike, Run the Jewels. And that is Run the Jewels Quattro. Run the Jewels Quattro, which is a indie exclusive yellow vinyl. That's on sale, half off at $24.99. This is also more than half off. Nos, The Lost Tapes. Nos, The Lost Tapes, that's $19.99. The newest Five Finger Death Punch album, Fate, gold vinyl, $36.99, Five Finger Death Punch. They're touring with Metallica right now. Cher, Dancing Queen, $31.99. And Creed, Human Clay, with Arms Wide Open. Creed is $39.99. Pearl Jam's at $55, James Rainer's at $56. I'm going to make the Eagles a buy it now for $145. If anybody wants Hotel California, that's a $145 buy it now on that MoFi one-step. I'm going to put that right up here. And the only MoFi that hadn't sold is that and the Men at Work, which is a $75 buy it now. Greg Rogers on Five Finger Death Punch. That sold to Greg Rogers. Nos, The Lost Tapes was $19.99, more than half off. And Run the Jewels is $24.99. I have nothing against Run the Jewels, but I've got to tell Doug that we can no longer order these because I don't think we've ever sold one, ever. Tanner, I don't know if you remember, but I don't think we've ever sold a Run the Jewels. I think I've had to discount them like 75% off to get them sold. That's one of Doug's bands. Doug gets partial sometimes with some of his groups, 55 on Sgt. Pepper's. I've got to tell Doug, I know you like Run the Jewels, but I don't think we've ever sold one before, ever, at sticker price. I've had to discount them at like well below our cost. Let me show a few more 45s. Instant Seller, Led Zeppelin, $14.99. Record Store Day, yellow vinyl, Rock and Roll and Friends, $14.99. We have The Small Faces, Ichiku Park, I'm Only Dreaming, 2012 Record Store Day, $9.99. The Yardbirds, 10 Little Indians, Drinking Muddy Water. There's Jimmy Page on the front, $6.99. And The Zombies, I Want You Back Again. The Zombies present 50 years of I Want You Back Again. Enjoy the original version and a new 2015 version. Record Store Day 2017, $6.99. $6.99. All right, let's have which Pearl Jam. This is a Pearl Jam unofficial, live, 1992, live at the Riverside, Clun, Newcastle, UK. That was at $69 with Paul Beal. It's on gray marbled vinyl. The high bid was $69 with Paul Beal. We pulled Five Finger Death Punch. I stand with Doug for his love of Run the Jewels. We just got to find some other people who love Run the Jewels. That's the only problem. We got to find some other people, but that's always been one of Doug's main bands. He's always ordered them, but I don't remember ever selling one ever been. Christopher Morris on Led Zeppelin. Toby Grimm was second. James Rayner third. Wayne Carr fourth. Allem Die gets the Yardbirds. Greg Rogers, you were sixth on Led Zeppelin, and that leaves the Zombies and Small Faces. Small Faces, a classic. Ichiku Park, $9.99. The Small Faces, Ichiku Park, and the Zombies, both are Record Store Day. That is $6.99 on the Zombies. That's sold to James Bragg. And that's a classic. Ichiku Park. Small Faces. Too bad Ronnie Lane didn't sign that one. That would be really cool. Record Store Day 2012, $9.99. $9.99. I bought Run the Jewels last week. He was out. Yeah, but it was on sale, right? I think it was on sale, though. I've had to discount them. I usually have to mark them. If I'm selling this album here for $19.99, I bet our cost in it, or $24.99, yeah, we're definitely taking a hit to this one. But if anybody wants one, there's one left. $24.99, Run the Jewels. 2LP indie exclusive yellow vinyl. Allem Die, that's what it is. It's Run the Jewels Quattro 4. It's a new Run the Jewels has reimagined Prism of Latin America. The problem is some of these artists, their stuff is expensive. And I don't order a lot of it. You know, I see like what the price is, and I'm like, well, man, $50. And of course, if they were originally $25, we could sell a lot more. But some of these, I look, you know, some of them, they're supposed to be like $78.99 for a single LP. And I'm like, wow, that's just, I usually just pass on stuff like that. I don't even order it. And then that stuff, people's like, Chad, did you get the new such and such album? And I'm like, no, because it was going to be like $90 for a 2 LP set. That just seems pretty high to me. I didn't get any helmets, actually. I ordered those late. the new Helmet album. I ordered that late, and they didn't send me any of them. So last week and this week, tons of new releases. And then this upcoming week, ton of new releases. And then, of course, the week after that is Record Store Day with all the Record Store Day releases. So pretty incredible. New bid on Pearl Jam for $70. Let's put up that new crate that Paul just brought up here to us. We have a crate of new arrivals. So let me bring that over. But yeah, sometimes I elect not to order stuff just because I think it's a little too high, in my opinion. But most of the time, that's the only way you can get it. And a lot of collectors are okay paying those prices. But sometimes I'm like, I can't order a bunch of them for sure. Some things that are just, to me a little pricey. I just order one, maybe two. Some things we order 150 of because we know for sure we can sell them. Let me do another handful of 45s. More Record Store Day stuff. Really cool. A lot of limited edition, long out-of-print stuff. First is Jimi Hendrix, Hey Joe, original mono mix. The debut single by Jimi Hendrix. It's numbered on the back. $14.99. Sealed. Also, The Byrds, The Times They Are Changing. She Don't Care About Me. Red vinyl from 2011. That's $9.99. The Byrds. I had another Byrds in my hand. There's another Jimi Hendrix. A few more. More MoFi. Fantastic. We need to let David Johnson know. Heading out. Thank you, Paul. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We have, okay, here's a couple that I have multiple copies of. So first, we have Pearl Jam 70. We have Pearl Jam 70, Pearl Jam 74, Pearl Jam 75. Brian C. on Jimi Hendrix. Autumn Dye was second. And Christopher Morris on the Byrds. I've got two each of these. First is John Oates, as in John Oates from Hall & Oates. Stone Cold Love, that's on lemon lime colored vinyl, sealed, $4.99. John Oates, $4.99. I've got two of those, they're sealed. Also, I thought this was really cool. This is The Doors, Soul Kitchen by The Doors, and the flip side is a cover version from X. And that is Record Store Day 2013, $14.99. So The Doors Soul Kitchen and X Soul Kitchen, side by side, those are $14.99. And Jimi Hendrix, Record Store Day 2012, $9.99. Can you please crawl out of your window? I don't know that one. I know Burning of the Midnight Lamp. Can you please crawl your window? I don't know that one. BBC Radio, Top of the Pops, $9.99. Okay. So we sold the Byrds. Pearl Jam was at 80. Henry's Choice, you were second on Hendrix. Paul Bill's out on Pearl Jam. Autumn Dye, you got Run the Jewels. We tagged him for that, right? Autumn, you got the Run the Jewels. We've already tagged you for that. You must have missed it. The Doors, two people claimed it. We have Toby Graham and Sherry Darnell. Autumn Dye first on Jimi Hendrix. Brian C. second. Henry's Choice third. I've got two of the John Oates still left. Stone Cold Love and Close. Record Store Day, yellow vinyl, $4.99. I'm grabbing our next two auctions because I'm about to sell Pearl Jam to Shane Devers for $80. Paul Bill was out, and I think it was just between those two. So let me grab our next two auctions. I've got a little bit of a no-sale pile going for 45s. We'll go through them one more. And I got some original 45s, actually. I've got some stuff. I got some actually vintage stuff. Here's one I was going to auction. I forgot about this. Great White, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. This is an original, vintage original. $10 start. B-side is Slow Ride and Once Bitten, Twice. It has 806. It looks like it's at a radio station maybe. Somebody put a sticker, catalog sticker on the label. The vinyl, though, looks pretty much unplayed. Great White, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. $10 start. It is near mint minus unplayed. $10 start on that. We have Pearl Jam, sold to Shane Devers for $80. Let's see what Paul just brought up in this new stack of stuff. First is, Billy Joel, the Nylon Curtain MoFi copy, sealed from 2014, $95 start. Billy Joel, this is sealed from 2014, $95 start. Sealed MoFi, numbered 1216, sealed from 2014, $95 start. Bob McKinney's at 10 on Great White, Von Schoenfield's at 12. New arrivals. Let's see what we have in here. Jerry Douglas, Under the Wire. Jerry Douglas is a 1986 audiophile pressing, $19.99. Rock and Roll with Scatman. Scatman is a 1956 mono. Top seam and spine are split. No condition notes on the vinyl. $14.99. Scatman. Very clean vinyl for 1956. Wow. $14.99. Rock and Roll with Scatman. Tom Bushkin in concert. Tom Bushkin in concert. Town Hall. That's a 1964 white label mono. $9.99 for Joe Bushkin in concert. Town Hall. $9.99 on that. Also, Linda Clifford is sealed. $17.99. Linda Clifford. And that was Here's My Love. Sealed. $17.99. Allum Die wants Rock and Roll with Scatman. That's sold to Allum Die. Next is Feel the Heat, the Henry Paul Band. Henry Paul Band, $12.99. Billy Joel's a final call. If anybody wants to lock in a bid for $95, they're still bidding on Great White. Bob was at 10. Vaughn was at 12. Bob is the high bidder now at 15. That's a final call. Vaughn Schoenfield is at 16 on Great White. We have Live Jay Giles Band, Blow Your Face Out. $19.99 on Live Jay Giles Band. Asleep at the Wheel, served live. Asleep at the Wheel is $9.99. And Jennifer, See Me, Feel Me, Touch Me, and Reel Me. And that is $14.99. Jennifer, and that is on the Parrot label. All right, Great White 16, now 18. I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing our next auctions. Let's see here. I got a couple more autographs we hadn't ran tonight. Let's see what we have here. Cyndi Lauper, The Young Rascals, Harry Nilsson, National Lampoons, Brian Wilson. These are autographs here. Brian Wilson, Alan Holdsworth. I may have you look this one up. Oh, no, Paul's already got me notes here. Make sure they're all only signed once. I may have you look this one up, Tanner, the Neville brothers. Nope, he wrote the names too. I may have you look this one up. I think it's signed by all 1, 2, 3. Okay, it is signed by all 3 of them. Okay, so that's easy. Let's do this. This is pretty cool, actually. First, let's sell Billy Joel. That's a $95 buy it now if anybody wants it. Billy Joel, MoFi copy, $95 buy it now, sealed, nylon curtain. I'll put that up here with the other stuff. Next is, this is really cool, Stray Cats, Built for Speed, JSA authenticated. Stray Cats, and of course the signatures, Brian Setzer, Slim Jim Phantom, and Lee Rocker, which let's see, can I get their exact names? Let's see here. Or did they sign them like that? Lee Rocker? I don't know what's their actual names. I know for sure though, Brian Setzer, right there. It says to Dale. It's signed by all 3 members. Stray Cats, Built for Speed. That is going to be a $55 start. To Dale, signed by all 3 original members of the Stray Cats. It is personalized to Dale, but it has all 3 signatures on there, and all 3 have been authenticated by JSA. And that is a $55 start. That is a Stray Cats, Built for Speed. Okay. Make sure I have the right sticky note on that one. I think I may have got the wrong, hold on a second. Yeah, I think let's see here. 1 second. I may have grabbed the wrong sticky note on that. I was about to say, I think this was supposed to be a higher starting bid. This was the sleeve it was in. Let me see here. Brian, I think I swapped Brian. No, but they're the same thing. Yeah, this was supposed to be, I've misspoke on the starting bid on this one. This is supposed to be a $145 start. Same way with the Brian Wilson that's over here. I picked these up. I thought I swapped the sticky notes accidentally, but they're the same thing. Yeah, $145 start. Stray Cats. This is a $145 start, not $55. I was looking at something that said 2019 sealed, and I was like, that's not correct because this is not from 2019 nor sealed. So that is a $145 start. That's what I had there on the back of it. $145. That's on the Stray Cats. Sorry about that. I was about to say, that one's a little bit more expensive than a $55 start. Great White, by the way, this is at $18 of Bob McKinney. Vaughn Schoenfield's out. That's a final call. And Jetstream on Bushkin. Jetstream on Bushkin. Let me find what that was. I think it was right here, Joe Bushkin. That is sold to Jetstream. The Zevon has sold. Warren Zevon has sold. Warren Zevon has sold. Manfred Mann's Earthband watch, $14.99. Also, Zebra, No Telling Lies, $14.99. That just cost everybody a lot more money if you were interested. Sorry about that. As I say, that didn't sound right. Stray Cats Built for Speed, $145 start. JSA authenticated, all 3 signatures. Great White, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Calvin Ward is now at $19. These are new arrivals. Rick Ocasek, This Side of Paradise. Rick Ocasek, that is $19.99. Rick Ocasek, This Side of Paradise. Very clean copy. Original inner sleeve. Rick Ocasek from the Cars, $19.99. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells, $14.99. Very clean copy. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells. Crimson and Clover. Todd Rundgren's Utopia, $17.99 for Todd Rundgren's Utopia. The Roy Clark Collection, that is sealed, $14.99. The Roy Clark Collection, that is sealed for $14.99. Scotty Hypes wants Tommy James. Now, Bob McKinney, let me know if you want back in. Bob McKinney, let me know if you want back in on Great White, because you are officially out. And Calvin's at $19. Bob says he's out. Scotty got Tommy James. Jetstream wants the Roy Clark Collection. Final call if you want to get a bid in on the Stray Cats for a $145 start. A $145 start. And I'm over here grabbing our next auction, which I hadn't done a Japanese in a while. Let's see what we have in our Japanese bin. This one's very cool. We've been doing a lot of Beatles and Paul McCartney tonight. We'll let the trend continue with our next auction. I'm going to go ahead and put it over here on deck. All right, these are all new arrivals, have not been shown until tonight, right now. Visions of a New World by Lonnie Liston Smith and the Cosmic Echoes, $59.99. Beautiful disc. The cover's in VG. Great jazz and funk album. It's a 1975 Indianapolis press. Lonnie Liston Smith and the Cosmic Echoes, $59.99. $59.99. Happy and Artie Trom, double back, $14.99. Paul has a note. That is Rare Folk. Happy and Artie Trom, double back, $14.99. Also, Hats Off to Country. Stetson Salutes Country Music, as in Stetson hats. This is a country compilation. It's sealed. It has music by Johnny Paycheck, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Charlie Rich, The Byrds, The New Riders, Tanya Tucker, and others. The sleeve on Lonnie Liston Smith is in VG condition, mostly because of the ring wear. There's an Oz written on it, but I don't really see any seam splits or anything like that. Maybe up here at the top. Yes, it does have a seam split up here. It's in VG condition. Very clean vinyl, though. All right, so let's sell Great White for $19 for Calvin Ward. And if anybody wants the Stray Cats, it's a $145 buy it now. Stray Cats, Built for Speed. That was one, if you heard me earlier when Paul brought me some up here, I was like, I'm going to probably wait on that one because I hadn't posted this. I don't think any of the fans or collectors know we have this. So if you're interested, tonight it's $145. If not, it's probably going to go in one of our next hype pictures for when we probably do one of our premium autograph auctions next week. So just saying, I figured this would bring, that was a starting bid. I figured it'd go up from there because that's a really cool sign by all 3 members of the Stray Cats. So that's available if anybody wants it. Tonight only. Let's do another MoFi copy and another Beatles album. The next MoFi is Harry Nilsson, son of Schmilson. This is a $45 start. It's sealed MoFi. Harry Nilsson, son of Schmilson. This is a $45 start. $45 start. Harry Nilsson, son of Schmilson. That's now up for bid. And then the next Beatles auction is Hey Jude. Very cool. Let me show you all the contents first. There's the OB and lyric insert. Very nice. There's the original inner sleeve. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. Hey Jude, $55 start. $55 start. Pete Weisgarber's at $50 on Harry Nilsson. Jeffrey DeLong is going to pick up the Stray Cats for $145. Great deal there. Like I said, very cool. That's one I didn't even ever put in a hot picture or anything. So seeing that for the first time tonight. That's sold to Jeffrey DeLong for $145. I will do the Neville Brothers. Yes, I'll get that on deck. We got bids on both auctions. I may sell these pretty quick if no one else bids. 50 on Nielsen, 55 on the Beatles. Let's keep going through this bin. We have Bryce Street Imagination, $12.99. Ramsey Lewis live at the Savoy. Ramsey Lewis, $12.99 live at the Savoy. The Dodgers, $9.99. Isley Jasper Isley, Caravan of Love. That is $14.99 in shrink wrap. Jetstream wants Ramsey Lewis. That's sold to Jetstream. Final call on Harry Nelson for $50. Final call on the Beatles for $55. Steve Martin, A Wild and Crazy Guy, VG Plus condition, $12.99. Rick Wakeman, The Myths and Legends of King Arthur, VG Plus $12.99. Looks like it's a quad mix. VG Plus $12.99. Quad CD4. VG Plus $12.99. Luther House Rocker Johnson, Taking a Bite Out of the Blues. That is EX $14.99. That's from 1990. It's got some radio station markings on it. It was at WYEP maybe. EX condition $14.99. Pete Weisgarber gets the Harry Nelson for $50. And Tom Moran gets the Beatles for $55. Those are both sold. Matt Barnhill wants RW, which is Rick Wakeman. That's sold to Matt Barnhill. Let me put up two new auctions. Somebody requested the Neville Brothers. I've got right here. Signed by Aaron, Art, and Charles, the Neville Brothers. The Neville Brothers. I think it's Neville, though. That's what I've always said. The Neville Brothers. This is JSA certified, too. I've had a book signed by them from the South Carolina collection. This is from the Pittsburgh collection, from Dale's Pittsburgh collection. It's not personalized. It's not personalized. It's signed by Aaron Neville. He said, peace. There's Charles Neville and Art Neville. So, Aaron, Art, and Charles. This is a $65 start. $65 start, and it's the Wild Chaputlas, maybe. The Wild Chaputlas, is that what that says? Wild Chaputlas. Very clean vinyl. $65 start. Very cool cover. Autographed by all three. Henry Pardidez is in. JSA authenticated. There's the cert, and there's the sticker there on the back. Two bids. Henry first, Tommy second. Band on the Run or Venus and Mars? I have Band on the Run, actually. I've got Band on the Run. Let me find, no, I've got Venus and Mars. Yes, I've got Venus and Mars. I don't think there's a Band on the Run tonight in tonight's shipment of Japanese, but I will put up Venus and Mars. This usually has some inserts with it. Paul McCartney, Venus and Mars. This is going to be a $45 start. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. Super clean vinyl. There's the Japanese booklet insert. There's a poster. There's another poster. There's the Venus and Mars Are All Right Tonight Moon Phases or planetary strip insert. There's the original inner sleeve. This thing's complete. Also a gatefold with Obi. Very nice cover. Has the hype sticker. Just a little bit of foxing up here along the top. Other than that, very nice. And that's at $45. We already have a bid with Gerard Cacciatore. So, Neville Brothers is at $65 and now $67. Henry Pardidez, you're out. Let's go through some more of these newer. Actually, let me go through some more 45s that I hadn't shown tonight. Let's go through another handful here of 45s. We have, where's some of these? I thought I had some more. Let me go grab the whole handful here. All right, first is Deep Purple, Black Knight, and Speed King. Blue vinyl from Record Store Day, sealed, $9.99. Deep Purple, Black Knight, and Speed King, sealed Record Store Day, $9.99. Jimi Hendrix, Fire. Jimi Hendrix is 2011 Record Store Day, $9.99 for Jimi Hendrix Fire, $9.99. 8 Miles High, The Byrds. Gold vinyl in mono, Record Store Day, $11.99. And this is Chris Robinson Band, $24.99. Chris Robinson Brotherhood. Blue suede shoes. I think I said band the first time. It's Chris Robinson Brotherhood. Blue suede shoes and Girl I Love You. $24.99 on that. I've got another Birds and another Hendrix, but I won't do those right now for lack of confusion. This is an original here. This is Creedence Clearwater Revival, Fortunate Son, and Down on the Corner. The vinyl, I'm going to have to set this aside to clean it right quick. It's very clean vinyl, but there's a couple fingerprints on this side, and I just kind of, I wasn't cleaning anything last night when I was working on these, but that's a very nice copy. Original picture sleeve, CCR, original picture sleeve, Down on the Corner and Fortunate Son. Very, very nice copy of that. Okay, so we had Paul McCartney at 45, then we had a new bid on the Neville Brothers at 70. Leslie Silvley wants the Deep Purple. That's sold to Leslie Silvley. The Neville Brothers is now at 72. We had Jimi Hendrix sold to Brian C. That's sold to Brian C. Christopher Morris got the Birds. The Neville Brothers is at 75. Paul McCartney's at 50 with Henry's Choice. Bob McKinney, you were second on Jimi Hendrix. The Neville Brothers at 76. Chris B. Jack, you were second on the Birds. Christopher Morris wants CCR. So that leaves the Chris Robinson Band. Record Store Day 2012. That is new, pretty much, and that is $24.99. CRB, Chris Robinson Band, blue suede shoes, and Girl I Love You. That is $24.99. The Neville Brothers is at $80. Gerard's out on Paul McCartney. Henry's Choice has that for $50. All right, now let me show the other Jimi Hendrix I had. This Jimi Hendrix Fire, Foxy Lady. That is numbered from Record Store Day 2013, $9.99. And the Birds, You Movin', and Boston. The Birds, that's also sealed from Record Store Day in mono, $9.99. There's another Hendrix. There's another Birds. There's another Hendrix. There's another Birds. This is an original from 1967. The Monkees, Daydream Believer. It's an EX condition. The Monkees, Daydream Believer. That's $9.99. The Monkees, Daydream Believer. That's an original picture sleeve from 1967. And I've got two more here. I've got Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Do You Want to Touch Me? Oh, yeah. $6.99. That's an original picture sleeve. And this is called Blonde on Blonde, Whole Lot of Love. Blonde on Blonde, Whole Lot of Love. And that is $9.99. Excuse the semi-nudity that's going on that. Blonde on Blonde, Whole Lot of Love. Led Zeppelin cover, $9.99. So the Neville Brothers is at $80. We're doing a final call on Paul McCartney for $50. The Henry's Choice, Venus and Mars, and that's complete, by the way. The Neville Brothers is at $82. Bob McKinney is going to get this Jimi Hendrix. That's sold to Bob McKinney. That Jimi Hendrix sold to Bob McKinney. Christopher Morris got the Birds. That's sold to Christopher Morris. We have Neville Brothers at $85 with Henry Pardidez, and Tommy Flowers is at $87. There's the Monkees, Joan Jett, and Blonde on Blonde. Those still available. A classic there. Daydream Believer has the original 75-cent sticker on the back. B-sides Going Down. Also Joan Jett and the Blackhearts and Blonde on Blonde. Very cool stuff there. I think I've run through all those once. I got a Tom Petty that I was going to auction. It has a flaw on it. I figured the best way to do would just be auction that. And I'll show that in just a second. Let's go ahead and sell Henry's Choice, the Paul McCartney, for $50. They're still bidding on the Neville Brothers, 85, 87, and 90. And Michael Golston was first to the Monkees. Daydream Believer. Let me tag that for Michael Golston. What do you got there, Tanner? A honey bun? Wow, Tanner's eating a honey bun. I'm getting kind of hungry over here. I can't believe it's already 10:15. Wow. Waffle House? Let's show a few more records in here. Man, London 72. This is $29.99. Live at the Roundhouse in London, February 72. Live at the Rainbow Theatre 72. EX Plus, Near Minus, Side C's VG Plus. It's a great prog psych band. This is an official 2002 Italian import, and that is Man, London 72, $29.99. Paul's got all the information there on the back for you. Monty Python's previous record, Monty Python, VG Plus, $14.99. I know that it looks like there's writing all over the back, but that's how it was made. Monty Python, VG Plus, $14.99. Val Stocklin, Gray Life, VG Plus, $14.99. Great outsider folk album for fans of Scott Walker, VG Plus, $14.99. Michael Bloomfield, Between the Hard Place and the Ground, VG Plus, $14.99. All right, still got lots of bids going on the Neville Brothers. Here's another MoFi title we have for tonight. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. This is sealed from 2012, $45 start. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. Sealed from 2012, $45 start. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, $45 start. Tommy, you're out on the Neville Brothers. Henry has that for $95. Back to the bin of new arrivals. Scandinavian, In the New Land, and Charlotte Harvey, maybe. That is EX condition, $9.99. Scotty Hops wants the Monty Python. That's so does Scotty Hops. We have Around the World with Three Dog Night, recorded live in concert. VG Plus condition, $11.99. The Rolling Stones, Between the Buttons, VG Plus, $24.99. And this is a 67 mono. 67 mono, $24.99. The Rolling Stones, Red London label, VG Plus, $24.99. Pete Weisgarber's in on Cyndi Lauper at $50. And we have the Neville Brothers at $95 with Henry Perdides. That's a final call. Tommy's out. Pete's at $50 on Cyndi. Going twice, going three times. I may sell that one pretty quick if no one bids. And we still got several auctions over here. Right in the middle of a new arrivals bin. There was the Stones. That was a mono copy. We have Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. We hadn't shown a vintage copy of that in a while. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, a 1973 original U.S. pressing, VG Plus condition, $29.99. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, VG Plus, $29.99. Herbie Mann, Memphis Underground, VG Plus, $9.99. The Complete Jelly Roll Morton, 1980 French import, VG Plus condition, $11.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, an essential, VG condition, $11.99. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, Marrakesh Express, Guinevere, You Don't Have to Cry, Pre-Road Downs, Lady of the Island, Wooden Ships, Helplessly Hoping, Long Time Gone, and 49 Bye-Byes. Fantastic. Pete Weisgarber's at 70 on the Cyndi Lauper. Christopher Morris gets the Elton John. That's so to Christopher Morris. Let's go ahead and sell the Neville Brothers to Henry Perdides. He gets that for $95. We also have The Doors, Morrison Hotel. This is on the red label. It's an early 80s pressing. Morrison Hotel, VG Plus, $24.99. Starts off with Roadhouse Blues. Peace Frogs on here. VG Plus, $24.99. Indian Summer. That's a cool song by The Doors. VG Plus, $24.99. Cyndi Lauper, 50, 60, and now 75. We have IMJMV on CSN. That is sold to IMJMV. And History of Otis Redding. That's in VG condition, $14.99. $14.99. All right, our next autograph. This time I'm not going to mess this up. I know what this one is. This is autographed by Brian Wilson. This is autographed by Brian Wilson. This is a $145 start. Let me show this to you. So this was originally a man, this is a tight sleeve. Man. Okay, so that's how Dale had it. It was sealed. It was sealed when we got it from his collection. And what it is, the insert is autographed by Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. So this has actually been, yeah, there's the JSA authentication. So we've had it JSA authenticated. We opened it up. JSA authenticated. Brian Wilson signed it. And like I said before, be careful some of these things that you buy that say indie exclusive signed by the artist. Sometimes they're not actually signed by the artist. And sometimes they're auto pen. So this is actually authenticated. It is autographed by Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. And the name of the album, it was a Barnes & Noble exclusive autographed copy. There's the original. No Peer Pressure. No Peer Pressure. $145 start. It's autographed. It has the autographed insert by Brian Wilson. That's $145 start. Very cool. That is now up for bid. We have an out with Pete Weisgarber on Cyndi Lauper. Jeffrey Dunlap has that for $75. Final call. Gary Wright and Spooky Tooth. That was only yesterday. That is EX condition, $16.99. 2 LPs, Gary Wright and Spooky Tooth. This is, I'm going to have to go to Rare Private Press Hard Rock. No wonder I can't read it. EX $22.99. Jules Blattner, Back to the Basics. Jules Blattner, Back to the Basics. EX condition, $22.99. Paul has that as Rare Private Press Hard Rock. EX $22.99. Let's go ahead and sell Cyndi Lauper to Jeffrey Dunlap for $75. And we're looking for a $175 start on the Brian Wilson autograph. Straub's Grave New World. Straub's is in VG condition, $11.99. White label promo with the booklet. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Gold stamp promo on that, EX condition, $16.99. And VG, $11.99 for, I can't read, let's see. Let me check the label. I think I know what it's called. It's a compilation. It is a compilation from Philadelphia international artists. It's called Let's Clean Up the Ghetto. Lou Rawls, Billy Paul, Archie Bell, Teddy Pendergrass, the OJs. That's VG, and that is $11.99. The Chris Stapleton, yes, everybody got a Chris Stapleton. No allocation on that. Everybody got one. We have extras that will be here Monday, but yes, everybody got one. Let me grab our next auctions. Let me do this Tom Petty, like I said, that was flawed. And let me see what I got in the Japanese. We're knocking out the Japanese stuff tonight. Almost nothing is left over. Great titles tonight, all in really high grade condition. Let's do another Styx album. That was one of the first ones we did. I also got a Bruce Lee standing by over here. Let's go ahead and make Brian Wilson a buy it now. Autographed Brian Wilson, JSA authenticated. JSA authenticated. Autographed by Brian Wilson, if anybody wants that. It's a $145 buy it now. The Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, $145. So this is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with Stevie Nicks, Needle and Pins live. And it looks pretty much unplayed except for side B. And it has a feelable mark right there. Now, I haven't tried to clean it, nor have I tried to test play it, but it still may be playable, but I can feel it right there. That's Tom Petty. It's in the picture sleeve. $5 start, and this is with Stevie Nicks, Needle and Pins live. $5 start for Tom Petty picture sleeve. $5 start on Tom Petty. $5 start. The next Japanese auction is Styx. Kilroy was here. $35 start for Styx. Kilroy was here. Kilroy was here. $35 start. Japanese pressing. Near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. There's the solicitation card. There's the Japanese booklet. And nice gatefold cover, almost no signs of wear. $35 start on that. Styx. Mr. Roboto. Tom Petty's at $6. Okay, let's go through the rest of these new arrivals. There's Frankie Goes to Hollywood again. Fleetwood Mac, Heroes Are Hard to Find. VG condition, $12.99. The Allman Brothers Band, Reach for the Sky. VG plus $17.99 for the Allman Brothers Band. Wanted, Richard Pryor. VG condition, $9.99. Richard Pryor, live in concert. VG, $9.99. 2LP. Sarah Long wants Fleetwood Mac. That's so does Sarah Long. We have Madonna, True Blue, specially priced maxi single. EX condition, $17.99. Sherry Darnell wants the Allman Brothers. That's so does Sherry Darnell. Terry Reid, VG condition, $19.99 for Terry Reid. That's on the yellow Atco label. Terry Reid, VG, $19.99. Chris Bijak, let me know if you want back in on Tom Petty. Tom Moran has that for $6. Sarah got Fleetwood Mac. Sherry got Allman Brothers. Roy, you were second to Allman Brothers. Vicky Allison first on Richard Pryor. And Chris Bijak, you were second on Richard Pryor. The Kinks, low budget. The Kinks is in VG plus condition, $14.99. The Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. This is a 1971 club pressing. EX condition, $42.99. EX condition, $42.99. The Rolling Stones. We auctioned one of those off the other night. Just like that. I did. I must have not. If you just want to tell me, I don't see it. Okay. I see that now. Christopher Morris, Tom. Oh, yes. Christopher Morris on. I did see that earlier. It is on my screen. Christopher Morris on Morrison Hotel, and he was saying Stevie because of this 45. Gotcha. So that's up for bid. Christopher, I got your Morrison Hotel. He also just commented again. Tom Petty 7, Tom Petty 8, and Tom Petty 8. Final call to get a bid in on Styx. Queen Jazz. This is VG minus $11.99. Queen Jazz, VG minus $11.99. I actually just did a lot of research on this album the other night. This is a 71 club copy. And this is this is just like the one we auctioned the other night. It has the manufactured Record Club of America. It is an 1841 Broadway, but it's in small font. It's in small font, Record Club. EX condition. EX condition, $42.99. Jason Conklin wants Queen Jazz. That's so to Jason. Also, we have Ronnie Montrose, Open Fire. Ronnie Montrose, VG Plus condition, $16.99. Wow, haven't had a copy of this in a while. The Birds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo, kind of their take on country. VG condition, $14.99. VG condition, $14.99. And that is on the second label. That's on the second label. It was pressed. It was pressed at Pittman. There's the very small P, the very faint Pittman P. This side, well, actually, side 2 has PR. Maybe it's a Presswell press. Presswell, PR on that side. And this one, I guess that's a P. Well, that's hard to tell. Maybe that's nothing there. PR. Yeah, it's a Presswell press. It's a Presswell press. Yes. The zipper is almost coming out of the pants. Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. It looks a lot better now. It's a Presswell. Thank you, Paul. Paul's the one who marked it. He just commented. He says it's a Presswell. Preston Rose wants the Bird, Sweetheart of the Rodeo. I don't know. I never tried to actually open the zippers because I don't want to mess them up. I don't ever try it, but I can. I don't know if I want to try it or not. I actually never try it because I'm afraid it's going to like rip the cover or mess up the zipper or something. I just usually leave it as is. I mean, it looks like it would work. So, yeah. EX condition, $42.99. The Thin Red Line, Pigeon. EX condition, $22.99. Paul has a note on the back, rare. EX condition, $22.99. Thin Red Line, Pigeon, EX, $22.99. And a classic, yes, Fragile, VG Plus, $14.99. All right, Tom Petty. Let me do an update. Tom Petty was at $8 with Tom. No, Jane Fink was in first. Jane Fink is the high bidder on Tom Petty for $8. Chris, you're out. Tom, you're out. Going twice, going 3 times to her for $8. If anybody wants Sticks, it's now a buy it now for $35. Sticks is a buy it now for $35. Kilroy was here. $35 buy it now on that. First thing, let me pause my mic or mute my mic for a second so I can take a drink of water. I never did open this up. Okay. Maybe that'll fight my hunger off a little bit. Rich Shockley says he'll do a buy it now on the Sticks. Kilroy was here. Tanner, that was a $35 buy it now for Sticks. Kilroy was here. Japanese pressing. That's a $35 buy it now. Thank you, Rich. Tom's back in on Petty at $9. Take you a big old swig. I did. I feel better. Trying to fight back my hunger. I haven't ate since the first quarter of the Tennessee game, which wasn't that long ago, but this is a $15 start. I've never seen a picture disc. National Lampoon. That's not funny. That's sick. It's actually a picture disc. Paul just brought this up before he left. National Lampoon. That's not funny. That's sick. It's a picture disc. $15 start. If you don't buy this record, we will kill this dog. Wow. If you don't buy this record, we will kill this dog. $15 start. That is National Lampoon's. That's not funny. That's sick. $15 start on that picture disc. Joe D. Ramus wants the Stones. That was for the Sticky Fingers. That's sold to Joe. I'm going to read the titles that's left in here, at least the ones that I can say. If anybody wants prices, let me know. If not, I'm about to go to the back and get a buy it now best offer discount bin. I've got 2 other records in our main record bin that I hadn't auctioned, a Led Zeppelin and a Beatles. I have a Young Rascals Mo-Fi I haven't sold. I've got 2 autographs, and then I've got a whole bin of Japanese stuff, so plenty to go through. And I've got a crate of new vinyl I want to go through here before. Yeah, there's the other unplugs. I think some people were looking for those earlier. I have found the other Kiss unplugs for those that's looking for that. Okay, so we have National Lampoons is 15. Tom Moran's now at 9 on Tom Petty. Jane Fink, you're out. And Chris B. Jack, you're out. Jerry Douglas, Under the Wire. Linda Clifford, Henry Paul Band. Jay Giles, Asleep at the Wheel. Jennifer, Zebra, Manfred Mann, Rick Ocasek, Todd Rundgren, Utopia. Happy and Artie Trom, Hats Off the Country. Lonnie Liston Smith, Bryce Street. The Dodgers, Isley Jasper Isley, Steve Martin. Luther House Rocker Johnson, Man. Val Stockland, Gray Life. Michael Bloomfield, Scandinavian in the New Land. And Charlotte Harvey, Three Dog Night. The Rolling Stones, Herbie Mann. Jelly Roll Morton, Otis Redding, Gary Wright and Spooky Tooth. Jules Blattner, Straubs, Let's Clean Up the Ghetto compilation. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Madonna, Terry Reid, The Kinks, Ronnie Montrose, Pigeon, and Yes. That's what's left in there. No one else bid on Tom Petty. Tom Moran gets that for $9. National Lampoons was at 15, 15, 17, and now a third bidder is at 20. Sherry Darnell wants JRM. JRM. JRM was the, I will find that, Jelly Roll Morton. That is sold to Sherry Darnell. Okay, next auction is, let's see what this Led Zeppelin is Paul has brought up here. Wow. It's a Led Zeppelin 1 unofficial from Spain on colored vinyl. This is on marbled colored vinyl. Now, like I've said before, there's not a lot of Led Zeppelin records that are on colored vinyl officially. I don't think there's hardly any. This is an unofficial on marbled vinyl. It's from Spain. $45 start. $45 start. Led Zeppelin, self-titled. The name of the first song is Tiempos Buenos, Tiempos Malos, which is Good Times, Bad Times. Nina T. Voy Dejar. Babe, I'm going to leave you. I can translate these pretty good. Me impressionaste something, which is you shook me. Atradio di confuso. That's dazed and confused. It actually has them below the title. I was just doing that from memory, but it actually has it below the title too. $45 start, Led Zeppelin. Marbled vinyl, very cool. National Lampoons is at $20. Ryan Murray's out. Thank you for letting me know you're out. John Duran, let me know if you want back in. Marbled colored vinyl, $45 start from Spain. From Spain. All right. Paul says someone needs to get the Lonnie Liston Smith. A couple people's asked about it, but no takers yet. I've got an empty crate now that we have sold that was full of auction records. Let me hand that off to Tanner. Let me step to the back very quickly, so give me about 30 seconds. I'm going to go find a crate to flip through. Oh, you know what? I don't have to do that right now because we had this crate over here I was going to do. John Miller says he'll take the Luther, House Rock, and Johnson. That was right here. That was right in here, I thought. I already have a crate up here, which was this new bin of some new vinyl I was going to go through. We've been through a lot of new vinyl tonight. I'd say if we probably sold 2 full bins of new vinyl, just going back through stuff that hadn't been shown. Some people kind of wait and see what their invoice is going to look like by Friday or Saturday before they decide on some of the new releases they're going to get. I've had people tell me that before. I was like, well, that's smart, but some of them may get gone before then. So very quickly, let me go through here. I'm also going to recap some of those final 45s left over that didn't sell. This is a Devo Greatest Hits. 50 years of de-evolution. It's on red and blue vinyl. That's Devo The Hits. 50 years of them. $44.99. Poison, Flesh and Blood. That's on colored vinyl. $31.99 for Poison. The Best of ZZ Top, Rocktober Indie Exclusive on blue vinyl. The Best of ZZ Top, blue vinyl, $31.99 for ZZ Top. Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. Iron Maiden is $36.99. Sparks, the name of the Sparks album, is self-titled. That's on colored vinyl from Friday Music, $39.99. Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits, Songs You Know by Heart. Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits, $29.99. Still got 2 of those left. Let's go ahead and sell the National Lampoons, the G.C. Colleton for $20. If anybody wants the Led Zeppelin, I find that surprising. Spanish bootleg, $45 on gray colored vinyl, $45 on Led Zeppelin. Speaking of Led Zeppelin, we have the soundtrack to Song Remains the Same, $174.99. That's a deluxe 4 LP set. Led Zeppelin, The Song Remains the Same box set, $174.99. Also, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown on orange vinyl from Kraft, $34.99. Michael Nath is going to take the Led Zeppelin. I'm assuming you wanted the colored vinyl here, right? Gray colored vinyl, yeah. It's an unofficial from Spain, $45 buy it now. That would be sold to you. He said yes. Next is the Beatles. This was originally a Walmart exclusive, just a $25 start. It also includes 4 prints. No, that was part of what the Walmart exclusive was. It was 4 collectible prints that came with it. You also get a remastered Giles Martin mix of Let It Be. $25 start. The Beatles, Let It Be. Walmart exclusive with prints. $25 start. Sarah Long wants the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. That's sold to Sarah Long. Next is Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, new sealed remaster for $31.99. And Pink Floyd, The Wall is $49.99. Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. Our next auction is going to be Bruce Lee, or the other auction is going to be Bruce Lee. This is called Dragon Sounds Special. Dragon Sound Special, which is a Japanese pressing with Obi, Bruce Lee. I'm pretty sure it's a compilation. Yeah, The Way of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon, Kung Fu Fighting, The Big Boss. I believe this is a Japanese compilation of theme or music from Bruce Lee films. This is going to be a $45 start. Bruce Lee, Dragon Sound Special. $45 start on that. There's the cover and Obi. There's the LP. Nice. Chris B. Jacks at $25 on the Beatles. The other Led Zeppelin is Physical Graffiti. $44.99. 2 LP Jimmy Page Remaster. Physical Graffiti. Last copy I have left of Pink Floyd Relics. That's a new remaster. $33.99. Led Zeppelin 3 is $31.99. Led Zeppelin 3. And then there's the other copies I have left of Kiss Unplugged. Kiss Unplugged, $44.99 for Kiss Unplugged. 2 LP, $44.99 for Kiss Unplugged. Oingo Boingo, the best of Oingo Boingo, Skeletons in the Closet. Another one of those limited edition of 500 brown and black vinyl. The best of Oingo Boingo, $29.99. The Virgin Suicide soundtrack, limited edition colored vinyl, $59.99. Christine McVie, her 1984 classic studio album, remastered. Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac, $31.99 on that. Leanne Rimes Blue, that's a Walmart exclusive, Sea Glass Blue Vinyl, 25th Anniversary Edition, $29.99 for Leanne Rimes. Neil Young, Time Fades Away, that's the newest 50th Anniversary Edition on clear vinyl, $31.99. And LA Guns Live in Concert, $29.99. All right, let me go ahead and sell Chris B. Jack the Beatles for $25. Final call if anybody wants to get in on Bruce Lee for the $45 starting bid. That's a Japanese compilation of film score music from his films. I've got a couple autographs I hadn't put up yet. Oh, I got one more MoFi as well. Let's do the last, and this is truly the last MoFi title that has not been put up tonight. Paul's not here to bring up any more. He's gone for the night. So this is a $45 start. Groovin' the Young Rascals. This is sealed. It's a $45 start. It's a 2 LP mastered from the original mono master tapes. That's Groovin' the Young Rascals. And that is a $45 start. 2 LP, 45 RPM. $45 start. We have Oingo Boingo. We had LA Guns, Buddy Guy, and Junior Wells. Last Time Around, Live at Legends, 25th Anniversary Edition, $46.99. Also, A Perfect Circle. This is $46.99. Mer de Noms, A Perfect Circle, $46.99. Kicks, Blow My Fuse on blue vinyl, $39.99. Kicks, Blow My Fuse. Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP, $46.99. Seven Dust, that was Truth Killer. Seven Dust was $36.99. Cake, Fashion Nugget, $33.99 for Cake, Fashion Nugget. Old Dominion, Memory Lane, $39.99 for Old Dominion. And Grateful Dead, Without a Net, $84.99 for Grateful Dead Without a Net, $84.99. Do you have the track list for the Virgin Suicides? I can read you off what I see on the back. Magic Man by Heart, Hello It's Me, Todd Rundgren, Everything You've Done Wrong, Sloan, C. Martin Lar by Air, The Air That I Breathe, The Hollies, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, Al Green, Alone Again Naturally, Gilbert O'Sullivan, I'm Not in Love, 10cc, A Dream Goes On Forever, Todd Rundgren, Crazy on You by Heart, Playground Love, Air, and Come Sail Away by Styx, $59.99. If anybody wants the Bruce Lee soundtrack, it's a $45 buy it now on Bruce Lee if anybody wants that. Pete Weisgarber has Groovin' by the Young Rascals for $45. That's a final call. James Bragg is going to take the Seven Dust album. That is sold to James Bragg. And that was the next comment. And then David Polkey wants a Kiss Unplugged. Down to one copy again. We have found those in 3 different crates tonight. I'm pretty sure this is the last crate that I had any in, though. So that's probably the last copy I have on hand of Kiss Unplugged. There's the new Grateful Dead. I've seen a lot of people posting this, that long awaited on vinyl. I'm sure it's been bootlegged, but that was new for this Friday. Grateful Dead Without a Net. Old Dominion, Cake, Eminem, Kicks, Perfect Circle, Buddy Guy, also LA Guns, Neil Young, Leanne Rimes, Christine McVie, Virgin Suicides, The Best of Oingo Boingo, Kiss Unplugged, Led Zeppelin 3, Pink Floyd Relics, Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, The Wall, House of the Holy, Song Remains the Same, Jimmy Buffett, Sparks, Iron Maiden, ZZ Top, Poison, and Devo. I'll take the Adamat. Yes, I was just about to recap the 45s. Cake is $33.99. Cake is $33.99. I was about to go through the 45s one more time that we showed for tonight. Had some very cool ones. Very cool 45s. There may be a 2 in here I hadn't shown because I may have got them out of order. So yeah, let me show these. Let's go ahead and sell this though to Pete Weisgarber for $45. He gets the Groovin' Young Rascals. Fashion Nugget is $33.99 featuring The Distance. He's going The Distance. Here's what's left in tonight's 45 batch. Blonde on Blonde, Whole Lot of Love, $9.99. And that's actually from Spain. I think that's a Spain pressing. Blonde on Blonde. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Do You Want to Touch Me? $6.99. Chris Robinson Brotherhood, that is 2012. Record Store Day, $24.99. 2 copies of the John Oates Stone Cold Love, yellow vinyl, $4.99. The Small Faces, Itchy Coo Park, that's Record Store Day 2012, $9.99. Adam and the Ants, this is sold to Craig Thomas Tanner. That's sold to Craig Thomas. We have Vaughn Schoenfield on the Blonde on Blonde. That's sold to Vaughn Schoenfield. Paul Beal on JJ. JJ was Joan Jett. That's sold to Paul Beal. Craig Ruth was second. Allum Die is going to take a piece of Cake. That's sold to Allum Die. Joey DeRamus, if you decide you want one, let me know. So Small Faces, John Oates, and Chris Robinson Brotherhood. Also, Alice Cooper. This is live from the AstroTurf. White vinyl numbered 2267 from Record Store Day 2016, $24.99. The Electric Prunes, I've Got a Way of My Own, $6.99. The Electric Prunes, $6.99. The Birds are still available, 8 Miles High. That's Record Store Day 2011, $11.99. And Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, Diddy Wah Diddy, Record Store Day 2016. That's a 245 and like a gatefold, $16.99 for Captain Beefheart. Captain Beefheart. Terry Reid. The Terry Reid was in VG condition. The cover and the vinyl, $19.99. Craig Ruth wants J.O. J.O. was John Oates, maybe. Yes, John Oates. So, I had a whole, actually I'll bring it over here. I had a whole bin of 45s because I'm going to put them back in here so I don't lay them down. This was full when the show started. Here's what's left. Chris Bijak is going to take The Birds, 8 Miles High. And this is just the beginning of many, many 45s to come in future shows. Hopefully we can start doing something like almost every night. Electric Prunes, Captain Beefheart, and Alice Cooper. A lot of these are either sealed or unplayed. They're practically new. Dale bought them at Record Store Day. Small Faces, John Oates, and Chris Robinson Brotherhood. I still got Kicks left. Yes, I got Kicks and Winger. I got Kicks and Winger. Major, a lot of people's been buying these in pairs. Both are new Friday Music represses, blue vinyl and green vinyl, $39.99. Of course, y'all know Friday Music does a great job. That was full. That's all that's left. I filled that up last night. That's all that's left. I got 2 autographs tonight that I have not shown. The first is Papa John Creech. Papa John Creech. This is a $35 start. It says to Bob and Louise, maybe? Thanks, Papa John Creech, 79. It's JSA authenticated, $35 start. There's the JSA stamp, JSA certification. Papa John Creech, that's a $35 start. The Chris Robinson Brotherhood is $24.99. And Bob, if you decide you want a kicks, just let me know. Bruce Lee is a $55 buy it now if anybody wanted that. Okay, now I really are probably going to go grab one of the last crates of the night. Unless I want to go through one that's up here. Let me go to the back and get a crate and be one of the last ones we go through for tonight to end up the week, and we'll make it a buy it now best offer. But let me go grab something in the back for a buy it now. Boy, the rush bands are destroyed over here. They're sideways and upside down. We must have had either somebody that loves Rush that came in here or somebody that hates Rush. And all the Iron Maiden records are messed up. Man, we must have been busy today. I talked to my mom, but I hadn't asked her how sales went. Tanner, you feeling all right? You hungry? Me too. I'm a little bit hungry. I got Winger is $39.99. Same price, $39.99. They're both $39.99. Kicks and Winger. King Crooker is going to take a Winger. Papa John Creech is a $35 start, JSA authenticated. I'm going to set this right over here. Let's go through this crate. Maybe one of the last ones of the night. Maybe, maybe not. But I did a quick flip and it looked like there's some great titles in here. These are just from about a month ago. They're pretty recent. We're going to do them buy it now or best offer, meaning you can go ahead and buy them now or you can make a best offer. Heather, if you decide you want to, never mind, you just read my mind. I was going to say, if you decide you want that Terry Reid album, just let me know. And as soon as I was about to say that, her comment popped up because it was right here behind me. I was about to do some condensing, but before I did that, that's so to Heather Feather. Bob McKinney wants a kicks. Let's put up 2 fresh auctions before we get started on this crate, which means I'm going to go ahead and make Papa John Creech a buy it now for $35 if anybody wants that. It's JSA authenticated. Papa John Creech, that's a $35 buy it now. And the only autograph I hadn't shown tonight is, this is signed by Alan Holdsworth, Paul Williams, and Chad Wackerman. And this is Alan Holdsworth, Road Games, and that's a $65 start. Autographed by Alan Holdsworth. Autographed by Alan Holdsworth. Also, Paul Williams and Chad Wackerman. And that is a $65 start. JSA authenticated. Alam Dye says he'll take the Papa John. Yep, PJ. $35 buy it now. That's sold to Alam Dye. Did I pull the kicks for Bob McKinney? I pulled the kicks for Bob McKinney. Okay, we still got wingers and kicks. There's Alan Holdsworth. Let's do another Japanese pressing. The next Japanese pressing is going to be... let's see what this Huey Lewis is always really cool. It's like a compilation. It's a 5-track like greatest hits. $35 start for Huey Lewis. Let me show it right quick. Huey Lewis is a $35 start. Very clean vinyl. The Power of Love and The Heart of Rock and Roll. That's both on side 1. And then I Want a New Drug, Do You Believe in Love, and Working for a Living. 5-track Huey Lewis EP. Very nice. I can see a little bit of foxing right there on the obi. Nothing really on the back. $35 start. Huey Lewis. These are all buy it now best offer. Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys. That's a picture disc that's shaped like Texas. $19.99. Now these are all going to be buy it now best offer. $19.99. The Butterfield Blues Band. Butterfield Blues Band is a 1967 Allentown press. $29.99. And that one's called The Resurrection of Pig Boy Crabshaw. That is $29.99. These are all buy it now. Best offer. Bob Wills, Paul Butterfield. This is Rock and Soul Jebediah. $9.99. It's a 1978 pressing. Jebediah, $9.99. Let's sell Joshua Sparks, the Bob Wills, for $15. That's sold to Joshua. Joe Cocker, Something to Say. Joe Cocker's a 1973 German pressing in shrink wrap, $24.99. Joe Cocker, Something to Say, $24.99. Let's see if I can get the vinyl out. It's not one of those. Oh, very nice. Extremely nice vinyl. Joe Cocker, Something to Say. That's a German pressing from 73 in shrink wrap. Hall & Oates, Daryl Hall, John Oates, $19.99 for Hall & Oates. Super clean, RCA label, $19.99 for Hall & Oates. Also, the Marshall Tucker Band, the Long Hard Ride, $14.99 for Marshall Tucker Band. Long Hard Ride, $14.99 for MTB. Men at Work, we had a MoFi pressing earlier. It's actually still available. Here's a USOG, a rich winter sleeve. Men at Work, Who Can It Be Now? The Land Down Under, $24.99. Men at Work. Eagles, On the Border. It's actually a promo copy. It's a 1974 white label promo. This is $44.99. 1974 white label promo, $44.99. Joshua, we send all of our emails through, we send our invoices through email. So make sure you message us and we have your most up-to-date email. And late on Monday, when those are officially gone out, make sure if you hadn't got one, you check your junk folder. A lot of times the first one goes to people's junk folder until they officially move it from spam or junk to their inbox. And then everybody can get them from there on. The Pointer Sisters Breakout, $9.99. We have a promo copy of On the Border, a promo copy. Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus, $14.99. Leon Russell, Will-O the Wisp, $19.99. Billy Squire, Signs of Life, $19.99 for Billy Squire, $19.99. Original sleeve, that looked extremely nice for Billy Squire. And introducing the Arendees, that is sealed from 1999. It is sealed 1999 from 1999. Ziggy Stardust, the motion picture, David Bowie. Ziggy Stardust is a 1983 Indianapolis press, $49.99. Ziggy Stardust, the motion picture, David Bowie, $49.99. These are all buy it now best offer. Dave Mason, Ode Crest on a New Wave. Dave Mason is $9.99. Sheena Easton, Do You. Sheena Easton is a Philippines press for $9.99. Machine is $19.99. Machine. And Yes, the debut album by Yes. It's a 1975 Presswell press. It does have a lyric insert with it. Wow, I don't remember showing this. Usually these sell right out of the gate is what I'm trying to say. 29. This album originally came out 69, so that's a 75 pressing. Very clean though, and it has a lyric insert with it. Cat Stevens, T for the Tillerman. That's a 2018 remastered pressing, sealed. That is $39.99. T for the Tillerman. And Love Story, music from the original motion picture Love Story, $9.99. Yes is sold to Matt Barnhill. Thank you. Let's go ahead and do some buy it nows on these auctions. If anybody wanted that Huey Lewis 5-track hit EP, that's a $35 buy it now. And Alan Holdsworth signed LP is a $65 start. $65 start or $65 buy it now on the Alan Holdsworth Road, that was called Road Games. 2 other signatures on there as well. $65 buy it now on that. Okay, Cat Stevens, we had got to Love Story. The Hollies, A Crazy Steal. The Hollies is $9.99. Also, Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town, $14.99 on Rod Stewart. The Jukes is $9.99. Peter Himmelman, Live. Himmelman. That is a 1991 white label promo, $19.99. Peter Himmelman, $19.99 white label promo. Also, Diana Ross, $9.99. Warren Zevon, Reconsider Me. Warren Zevon is a 1987 12-inch single, $9.99. And Warren Zevon, Stand in the Fire. That is $24.99. Warren Zevon, Stand in the Fire, $24.99. Warren Zevon. Usury, $34.99. That looks interesting on some Mercury. John Usury, red Mercury label, $34.99. $34.99. And Joe South, Don't It Make You Want to Go Home. Joe South is actually sealed. It does have a punch hole. Yeah, right here. It's sealed though, $19.99. See if I can get a couple more Japanese auctions that haven't been shown tonight up for your consideration. We sold one earlier. Here's another really nice one, and here's a Rocky 3 soundtrack. A couple more Japanese pressings. First is Rocky 3, music by Bill Conti, original motion picture score. Rocky 3. This is going to be a $35 start. Rocky 3 soundtrack. It is near mint minus. Extremely nice. Rocky 3. There's the Japanese insert. Very nice cover of Obi. Photos from the movie. $35 start on Rocky. And we sold one of these earlier. Here's another very nice looking copy of the Doobie Brothers. What were once vices are now habits. This is near mint minus. Extremely nice. The Doobie Brothers. $35 start. There's the LP. There's the Japanese insert. Cover, Obi. $35 start on that. Let's go ahead and finish up this crate with the Sorry Mothers Greatest Hits Volume 3, 1971, $24.99. Grace Slick, Through the Hoop with Grace Slick. That's an interview promo. That's $14.99. The Alvin Lee Band, Free Fall, $19.99 for the Alvin Lee Band. And ZZ Top, Eliminator, $34.99. Original inner sleeve, super nice. Has all those great hits on it. ZZ Top. And ZZ Top Fandango is also $34.99. Jethro Tull Aqualung. Jethro Tull Aqualung has a barcode on the back, so this is actually a early 80s Chrisless reissue. $19.99. Chris B. Jack said he'd give $10 for Grace Slick. Sell that to Chris for $10. We have ZZ Top El Loco, $34.99. There's 3 ZZ Tops. If anybody wants a ZZ Top bundle, Iron City House Rockers picture disc, $24.99 for Iron City House Rockers. Chris Squire, Fish Out of Water. Chris Squire from Yes, $19.99. Has a promo sticker on the front. Does have a saw mark up there on the spine. Very clean vinyl though. Chris Squire from Yes, $19.99. Gonzalez, Haven't Stopped Dancing. Gonzalez is $9.99 for Gonzalez. Also Robert Gordon, Rock Billy Boogie. That's on white vinyl. Robert Gordon's on white vinyl, $24.99. Rock Billy Boogie. John Fogerty, The Blue Ridge Rangers, rides again. That's sealed from 2009. John Fogerty, $26.99. Golden Earring Moontan, $34.99. Excuse the nudity on the cover. That's the original cover. First track is Radar Love for Golden Earring. Little Richard's, his greatest hits. That's on VJ Records. $24.99 for Little Richard. His greatest hits. The Locust Fork Band, Playin' Possum. $24.99 for Locust Fork Band. Little Milton, his greatest sides. Little Milton's a 1984 white label promo. Little Milton, $19.99. White label promo. This is also a Little Milton, $14.99. This one's called I Will Survive. Little Milton. Back-to-back Little Miltons. 10 years after, Cricklewood Green, $19.99. Has a promo sticker on the front. 10 years after, Cricklewood Green, $19.99. Stories is $14.99. Does have a cut corner. Stories is $14.99. Journey Escape. What's that doing in the bin? That's usually never left behind. Also has the original lyric in inner sleeve. Journey Escape. Don't Stop Believing. $19.99. Stephen Stills. That one's called Stills. $19.99. And Rod Stewart. Never a Dull Moment. Never a Dull Moment. Rod Stewart. That is $19.99 for Rod Stewart. Never a Dull Moment. Stills, Stewart, and Kansas. Final Confessions. Kansas Final Confessions and Grand Funk. All the Girls in the World Beware. Grand Funk is $19.99. Also an original inner sleeve. Chris Squire, it was, I believe, $19.99. Chris Squire, Fish Out of Water. That is $19.99. Henry's Choice said $35 on David Bowie. That's sold to Henry's Choice for $35. We have Elvis, a Canadian Tribute. That's on yellow gold vinyl. $19.99 for Elvis. Gold vinyl. And Foghat, Boogie Motel, $14.99. That's actually in shrink wrap. Or maybe he was bidding on the Doobie Brothers. Hold on a second. Maybe he was bidding on the Doobie Brothers. There was a David Bowie, and then there was a Doobie Brothers for $35 start. Either way, Henry's Choice. I'm going to go ahead and sell you the Doobie Brothers for $35 or David Bowie, one of the two. Garrett Cypress says he'll take the Journey for $15. So that's for sure. We'll do that first. There's Garrett's Journey for $15. We have a $15 offer on Elvis and a $10 offer. Sarah, if you want Elvis for $15, you were first offering $10, but Josie offered $15. So Sarah, if you want that for $15, it can be sold to you. We'll put that in pending. And then Henry's Choice is going to let me know if he was buying David Bowie or Doobie Brothers. And by the way, Rocky 3, is also a buy it now for $35. He wanted the Doobie Brothers, so that's sold to him for $35. That's pending, and that's sold to Garrett. So that means if anybody, I had that marked $49.99, but if anybody wants the David Bowie, it's a $35 buy it now. And then Sarah is going to let us know on that. The last thing I'm going to do tonight is go through all the stuff that did not sell on auction. Japanese, MoFi, and autographs, okay? She says give it to Josie for $15. Here's everything that did not sell that is available. First, we'll start with the most recent. Rocky 3, that is a $35 buy it now. Bruce Lee, this one was called Dragon Sound Special. That is a $45 buy it now. Bruce Lee, $45 buy it now. Brian Wilson autograph. This is, what have I done with it? Let's see here. Maybe, oh, yeah, I was about to say, it's underneath there. Let's keep that together. Brian Wilson autograph. It's an autograph insert, JSA authenticated. That's a $145 buy it now. I'm going to keep the autographs over here. So Brian Wilson's $145 buy it now. Billy or Chris Squire, 15. Let's sell that to Eric for 15. That's sold to Eric for $15. There's the Bruce Lee, $45. MoFi Billy Joel. MoFi Billy Joe, $95. Sealed in the nylon curtain. Simon & Garfunkel was sealed, $45. There's two MoFis. And then the third and final one, or no, there's actually another one at the bottom. There's the Hotel California one step. That's $145. And then a few more autographs. We had Johnny Rivers. Johnny Rivers was a $45 buy it now. Johnny Rivers. So Brian Wilson, $145. Johnny Rivers, $45. Ronnie Lane was $45. Ry Cooter was $45. Tom Jones, $55. That's one of the first ones I did. Tom Jones, $55. And then the fourth and only MoFi record, or the fourth MoFi record that didn't sell was Men at Work. I think there was one more Japanese pressing. Maybe. Hold on a second. Let me go through those one more time. If I can talk. I haven't had my caffeine tonight. So two Japanese pressings, Rocky and Bruce Lee, both fighters. We got some fighters over here, 35 and 45. And then the autographs, Tom Jones, Ry Cooter, Ronnie Lane, Johnny Rivers, and Brian Wilson. Those are all autographs. All of them are authenticated too, except one. Yeah, they're all authenticated. The four MoFi records, Men at Work, Eagles, Simon & Garfunkel, and Billy Joel. And then, of course, the last two autographs that I had put up was Alan Holdsworth. He's still available. Alan Holdsworth, $65 buy it now. Alan Holdsworth, signed by others on the back as well. I wonder what I've done with that sticky note. Is it still on the back? Yeah, still on the back. $65 buy it now on that. And the only other Japanese pressing was Huey Lewis, $35 buy it down. Huey Lewis. 5-track EP, that's called Huey Lewis Selections. And if nobody wants any of those or wants to make an offer, then we're probably going to call it a night here. I'm going to immediately find something to eat. Very hungry. And then we got to start basically cleaning up and tagging everything. We got some stuff for this week we hadn't even tagged yet. I got cassettes to tag. We've got Beatles box sets to tag. And then we're going to go ahead and immediately start getting ready on tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing a live stream for Coins and Knives. And that's my big thing. I got to get ready. Definitely got to get ready for that. So Vaughn Schoenfield offer $30 for Huey Lewis. I will go ahead and sell that to you. Vaughn, Huey Lewis sold to you for $30. Make sure I haven't missed anything else. Do you still have Kiss Alive 3? If so, I'll take one. I do have Kiss Alive 3. Yes, I do. I think that was in one of the first crates I went through tonight. Let me see if I can find that for you, Ken. Kiss Alive 3. It's not there. I know I have them. Just going to have to find them. Here we go. So Vaughn got Huey Lewis for $30. Ken Crooker is going to get a Kiss Alive 3. I got some autographs to list on eBay now that they hadn't sold here. Got to photograph them, get them listed. And we're going to go ahead and finish up tagging stuff for tonight. Get ready for tomorrow's sale. And then I also got to start getting ready for Monday's sale because we've already got a lot of days planned ahead. We still got to start getting those ready. Store open tomorrow. So here's how the store is going to work. We're pretty much going to be, we're closed, but if you're picking up, we're going to leave a note on the door for a number for you to call, okay? We're pretty much not going to be open anymore on Sundays, unofficially. And then here in a minute, here before long, it's going to be officially. Yeah, we're going to be, we just need the time to pack stuff up, and Ed packs stuff up for us. And if he's here on Sundays, just having to be up front, it's a whole day that he misses pretty much packing up orders and working on people's orders. So we're going to be open, but for customers only that's picking up, if that makes sense. So, and Monday, it may be the same for Mondays too in the near future. Right now, I think we're going to be open on Monday, but we're looking like cutting back to 5 days instead of 2. Has nothing really to do with sales. It has everything to do with we need very important time to pack up orders. So we have, having the store shut down is a very important for us every once in a while. We can get in here and work. Just when the store is open, it's hard to really spread stuff out, have stuff out. And especially you got to keep somebody up front to check people out too. So it makes sense for us to be closed a couple of days a week to get really just focused on shipping and working on people's orders. Leslie's one of the pickups. But Leslie, I think we're going to leave a note on the door. If you have an order to pick up, call this number. I think Ed's going to be here with his phone. Paul's going to be here too, but I think Ed's going to have his phone or the store phone. Okay, yeah, the store phone will reach in the back. So, yeah, just call the store phone whenever you get here to pick up an order, and come in. Ed will ring you up, check you out. You can leave with it, and you'll probably get back to shipping, right, Tanner? All right, so that's it for tonight. If anybody has any other questions, just send us a message on Facebook or an email, but it's best to send us a Facebook message. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do a coin and knife sale. And then Monday, we're going to do, what did I say we're going to do on Monday? Bruce Springsteen and The Who is what I think I said, or Bruce Springsteen and Jimi Hendrix. One of the two. So, okay. Thanks, everybody. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope you tune in for the coin and knife sale. It's always fun. You'll see some stuff. Even if not for you, it's time to start buying Christmas gifts. Black Friday will be here before you know it. You got to do your Christmas shopping. See y'all then.